Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lesson 18 live stream. Sorry, we're a week late. How's everyone doing?
Hi, みんなこんにちは。
Hi. Someone said that I've interrupted the chat with another ad. I don't have any special ads turned on. I haven't been running ads. I don't have ads turned on for this, so I don't know what those are. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? Yes, new locations, says Alex Bo. Yes.
Hi.
Of course, if you switch to a channel name where you're... everyone's talking about how their usernames are
ね、ユーザー
different.
ネームズが
That makes it very hard to read for the quiz, which we'll be doing in a little bit. Did you guys see... what was it? Which one is it? Actually, I don't remember how to do this. As you can see, we're in a new studio today. It's still the same house.
はい。
But,
初めてのビデオシュートです。
yes. I think we're zoomed in there.
あれ
We're going to have to move this over to
あれね
Yuki a little bit. There we go. There's our picture for today. Hello from Funabashi. Says, OM Gaijin. Welcome to the stream. That nice Tolkien collection in the background. Ah, yes. We've got all kinds of... The
Ne.
Japanese ones are on the far side, and then we've got English ones, then more Japanese ones, and then Golden Sun in Japanese.
はい。いっぱい本があるんですけど、この後ろ、
ね。
全部同じ本です。
They're all the same book, yeah. Every single one is the same book, just in various different languages. In case you wondered what book I like, that's the one. YouTube keeps telling me to take breaks now and interrupts my programs. What?
どういう
That's
こ
annoying.
と
I'm sure there's a setting for that where you can turn off the warnings or the advice to take breaks. I'm not really sure though. Anyway, today we have what are these, Yuki?
それはリンゴです。
The orange ones?
そう、
A different kind of
そう
apples. I see.
あ、知ってる？
知らない。
最近長野県では、シナノスイートとシナノゴールドという2つのリンゴの種類が大人気です。
So there's two types of apples that are really popular in Nagano right now. One is Nagano Sweet and Nagano, what was the other one?
Shinano
Gold and Shinano Sweet.
そう
Shinano is the old name for Nagano, the Nagano area. And they still use it a lot for various things like that, especially advertising. So Shinano Sweet and Shinano Gold are the two popular ones. I'm assuming that this is gold and this is sweet.
はい。
Other way? No?
Yes.
That's the way. Okay. Lots of apples going around. We are surrounded by apple fields where we live right now. So that's where that comes from. Sorry about last week. I was sick. I'm still sick, but it's doable now. Can I make this bigger? Because this is
結
really
構治
tiny.
ったよね。
結構治ったけど it's gotten better quite a bit, but still a little bit. Oh, there we go. Now I can see you guys much better.
おー
Hey, I'm planning on visiting Japan this December with my friend. Anyone got a little advice, please? I'm sure others will have more advice for visiting because I've never visited Japan. I've only ever lived here. So I don't really have much advice for visiting. Unfortunately. Go to Zenkoji, says Alex. Yes, that is a temple. Temple nearby where we live. I can highly recommend Nagano in general. If I were to give some advice, if I had to give some advice to people visiting now, I would say, as much as possible, avoid Kyoto and Osaka.
ああ。そう。
I know everyone wants to go there, and I understand, and I'm not going to say, like, don't go, but unless there's, like, something you just have to see there, I recommend avoiding them. Because there's so many people. So many people.
そうだね。東京も今いっぱい。
There's a lot of people in
So,
Tokyo as well, but
観光客。
Tokyo is just, it's like got a wider breadth to it, and people tend to like go outside of the tourist zones when they visit Tokyo a little bit more, I feel like. Whereas with Kyoto, like there's those one little area that, and in Tokyo and Osaka, that people always go, and it's just full of tourists, which means a lot of people don't get as much enjoyment out of it as they could, and it's also like 10 times more expensive than it needs to be. So try to get off the beaten path a little bit if you can. I like the out of the way places anywhere. Says Five Toes Sloth Bear. Yeah, agreed. So old Toby and pipes for Gandalf's favorite pipe weed. That is correct. Those are my my Lord of the Rings pipes. That's what they're for. 東京は小さい町だよ。あ、そうですか。そうですか。
そうだよね。
箱根日光 are my favorite spots when I have a few days off. Nice. Yeah, 日光 is nice.
ね、日光いいね。私も行ってみたいです。
I don't think I've ever been to Hakone. I don't think so. I really like Shikoku, one of the smaller of the 4 islands of Japan. Or is it smaller? I don't know. Kyushu might be smaller than Shikoku. I don't actually know.
九州は大きいんです。
Yeah, Kyushu's bigger, ne? I see. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Northern Japan is also great if you go like up north above where we live, even like up towards Sendai or even north of that. There's some very nice areas. So it depends on what month you're here, though. December, maybe you don't want to go too far north. Unless you go to like Hokkaido and just go as north as you can and you enjoy snow. That's also possible. All right, so as usual, guys, it's time for a quiz.
Hi.
Which means we're you know what? We're not going to erase this one today. We're going to bring in a new one. Do we have can we get the other whiteboard?
はい。どうして入れしないの？
いいじゃん。しなくていいじゃん。はい、so here's our quiz board. The way this quiz works is we pick a word out of this because it's not Halloween anymore, but this is all year round. We pick a word out of this.
So all year round パンプキンです。
We put it on the board like this, and you can't see it right now, but it's on the board. So you need to tell us how to read the word. It can be either in hiragana, katakana, or romaji if you're unable to type in hiragana or katakana. If it's just a single kanji, we don't want you to give us how to read the kanji because there might be multiple readings. We want you to give us the word that we've learned in this course. So let's go ahead and get right into it. There's our first word. There's less English when you get further away from big cities, so make sure you're practicing. Yes. If you're here, I feel like you're interested in learning Japanese. So if you're interested in practicing Japanese while you're here, especially stay away from Kyoto and Osaka.
お、早いよ。
Although if you go outside of the major tourist areas in Osaka, I feel like you can get a lot of practice. People are very outgoing there. So, all right, the first one is OM Gaijin with yeah, that is correct.
違うよ、Christian だよ。
Christian is first. Christian. Okay. Thank you for giving us the name. I'll try to remember that in my head. Christian is in first place with. I keep wanting to say what they wrote, but I'm not going to do that. Oh My Gaijin is in second with Five Toes Sloth Bear in third. Humongous in fourth place. Forest in fifth. Humongous. You were also correct on that one. So Totded is in fifth place with Morbid Blessing in sixth. Kellen. That is. I see. You've already caught yourself. Margot Coleman Grammy is in seventh place with Kellen in eighth. Excellent job. Okay.
Hi.
So we'll take that one off of there and see what Yuki's got for us.
いきますよ。じゃん。これさっきのトマス
Sorry, guys.
スジャさんが日本に行く月ですね。
そうですね。The month that Thomas will be going to Japan. That is the meaning of it. That is the meaning of it, indeed. First place is.
ジョジョさん惜しい。
We can have Yuki read this one. So.
はい。5子1番。
Nope.
ブブ？失礼しました。クリスチャンごめんね。クリスチャン1番。オーマイガイジン。OK。2番。ジョジョさん惜しい。5子3番。ジャパニエルさん。合ってるね。4番。ヒューマンガス5番。モービドブレッシング6番。ケラン7番2とかケラン7番、ブルーノーバーさん
合ってるよ。
8番いいですね。フォレストさん9番、モンタナマーゴ10番いいですね。
トマスはトマスイヤーと
いうんですね。はい、わかりました。トマススイ スイヤね。OK。
Suya. Thomas Suya. Gotcha. Okay. Nice
Hi.
job. All right. Moving on to the next one.
了解です。
We've got. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to put out whatever comes out. Oh, it's an easy one. Okay. There you go.
これは
Maybe not so easy. Oi, oi, oi. No hints. I thought my voice was back to normal, but now that we're talking on stream, I feel so nasally. Maybe it's this room. I don't know. Hi, first place is Japaniel with whatever they wrote. Christian is in second place with JoJo Academy in third. Kellen in fourth. Thomas in fifth. Thomas is in fifth. Five Toes Swap Bear in sixth. Oh My Gaijin in... Wait a second. I can't count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh My Gaijin is in seventh with Morbid Blessing in eighth. Yes, that is correct. Five Toes Love Bear. And Forrest in ninth place. Excellent job. Goshi だっけ?
ゴシ
We
で
were
す。
calling Five Toes Love Bear Goshi from last week だっけ?
いいですね。この
Ninth place.
ココナッツいいですね。
いいね。
はい、いきますよ。じゃじゃん。
Bummer, I can't join quiz, but everyone is doing so amazing. Margot Coleman, you got there in 10th place as well. Excellent job. Come to Dan, how you doing today? Busy day? Cutting wood?
そうか、忙しいんだ。はい。誰が1番かな？ジャパニエルさん1番、ジョジョ2番、オーマイガイジン3番、モービットブレッシング4番、ゴーシー5番、クリスチャン6番、フォレスト7番です。
Nice. Super fast.
いいですね。車、タイヤみんな変えてる？
No. Remember, that's a Japan thing. People don't do that anymore.
We have to do tire exchange ですね。
Not exchange. We're definitely not exchanging
そう
them.
なの？
We're just changing them.
そうなの？
そうだよ。
何？交換じゃないの？
Exchange は交換はそっちにあげて違うやつもらうんですよ。Exchange の場合。
ただ私たちが
為替って感じ。
チェンジする。
私たち変えてるだけじゃん。
そうなんだ。
Just
エ
changing,
クスチェンジとチェンジ違うの？
そう。Exchange and
ち
change
ょっ
are
と
違う。
難しいですね。
交換。タイヤ交換ね。We have to change our tires soon because for the snow tires. And I know in the States nowadays we have all season tires. Those don't exist here in Japan. You've got summer tires and winter tires. And winter tires are pretty amazing. Better than all season tires. But if you don't have them here in Nagano, you're in trouble. You can't even get on the... They don't even let you on the highway, which is a good thing.
そう。もしね、レンタカーをするなら、雪があるところに行くとき必ずスノータイヤじゃないと無理です。
The Thomas from before. Yeah, if you come to Japan, you rent a car, make sure you have a tire. And you're going to head north, make sure you have your rental car with snow tires. Studded tires are here too.
はい。
Some areas in California still require chains. Other states ban the use of chains. Interesting.
あれかな、道が壊れてしまうということでしょうか。
Probably. Another easy one. Okay. Remember, we want the word. This is a single word, the number 4. So you got to give us the actual word that is read this way. Hi. Oh my God, you're close. Christian is in first place with Morbid Blessing in second, Japaniel in third, Humongous in fourth, Tomisuya in fifth, Five Toes Out There in sixth, Alex in seventh, Forrest is in eighth place. Excellent job. I'm going to get a sip of tea while the rest of you catch up. Montana Margo, very close. There's no tsu there though. Remember the tsu would be over here as hiragana, so that would be a different word. Don't read it wrong. I like this one. It's like a trick question. Yes, indeed, because west is very close. Looks very close to this one. There you go. There you go. 9th place, Grammy. Made it easier for you. European name can be hard for someone to read. Definitely. Sometimes when they're easy like that, your brain farts and overthinks it. 100%.
Hi.
Let's see what Yuki's got for us.
ちなみに、じゃーんは英語のただです。はい。みんな早いな。 ジャパニエル1番、ジョジョ2番、オーマイガイジン3番、クリスチャン4番、モアビットブレッシング5番、ゴシ6番、ヒューマンガスさん惜しい、フォレスト7番、ちょっと読めなくなっちゃった。ラクエジャクソン。
ラケルだけでいいよ。
ラケルさん、8番です。すいません、お名前読めません。
I learned hiragana and katakana. All of this kanji is breaking my brain, but I'm here for it. Welcome, Fiend. If you're interested, you can learn every single one of these words if you go back to lesson 1 and work your way up to lesson 18 in this reading series. If you don't even know what the kanji are, I recommend going back to lesson 1 of the meanings and writing series. Watch those 23 videos and then these 18 videos, and you'll be good to go. 33 days till the JLPT. Woo woo woo.
おー、モンタナマーゴ9番です。
ナイス。
ジャパニエルさん、クルが来たって言ってる。
クルが来た。I think we have 4 words left.
マイヒーローアカデミアだね、それは。あ、これは。
Bonus one. But this isn't a kanji. どうしようこれ。
あ、じゃあやめるか。はい。
All right, bonus word. This has nothing to do with kanji. What is that? This is a vocabulary quiz suddenly. そういえば、こういうのがあると漢字読まなくていいんだよね。You can also give the kanji as a correct answer for this one, but we've got JoJo, first place, Japaniel in second, Oh My Gaijin in third, Morbid Blessing in fourth, Humongous in fifth, Ateru with 5 to Sloth Bear in sixth, Raquel in seventh, Alex in eighth, Christian in ninth, Skull ZX, welcome to the stream in 10th, Forrest in 11th, Alex. You were right. That's actually better. So everyone gets a -1 to their score until we get back to Alex there. So Japaniel さんを倒しました。Monte Margo, you are correct. I believe you're in 12th place there now. Morbid Blessing, that is correct, but that's not the kanji we learned for tamago in this series. That's an advanced one.
卵と UFO でちょっと迷ってるですね。
I believe we learned this as tamago ね。Yeah. UFO. So yeah, that works actually. All right. Let's see what we've got next.
はーい。じゃん。お、そうだね。目玉焼きだね。そのフライデー。
目玉焼きね。
目玉焼きが。お。ジャパニエルさん1番、ウィリアム2番。
Welcome to the stream, William.
はい、ようこそ。ジョジョ、3番、クリスチャン4番、オーマイガイジン5番、ヒューマンガス6番、モアビットブレッシング7番、フォレスト8番、ゴシ9番、ラケル、10番、フィンド。11番です。ようこそ。モンタナマーゴ12番かな。
Excellent job. All right. Thank you for participating, everyone. Let's go ahead. We've got about 2 more, I think.
はい。
はい。
お。いいですね。これみんな絶対これは日本に来たら使うやつ。
William Carl Baker, you are in first place with Japaniel in second, 5 to Sloth Bear in third. Christian is in fourth place. That is correct. And Forrest is in fifth place. 5 to Sloth Bear, I just realized that your membership marker turned red. I don't think it was red last week. Welcome to the red group. Montana Margo, that is correct for the number, but you wanna add the currency to the end as well there. Morbid Blessing, I believe. Well, I have to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raquel is in 6th. Morbid Blessing in 7th. Montana Margo, you got there in 8th place. Excellent job. Yes, this is 10,000 yen, despite being 1 man yen, because a man is 4 zeros. 4 zeros, ne?
漫画40なのはちょっとトリッキーですね。
A little bit tricky. All right, last one for today, or for this morning. We'll get to more later.
はーい。 この
yeah.
サインラングエッジというやつです
なんだっ
ね。
けI can't remember the hello. なんだっけ I can't remember. I can't remember how to do hello in
ね、
Shua.
私もわからない。
I did it in the video, but
You said that accidentally.
it isn't actually go. It's not なんとか go. It's close. It's a different kanji though. The go you're thinking of is probably this one.
すごい。ウィリアムさんは声の形から覚えたって言ってるんですけど、ちょっと答えが来ません。
わかりません。
大変だ。こんにちは。
手は I'm so close. Oh, come to Japan. Dan gets there in first place. He had to get involved there. How's it going, Alex? 手は super close.
はい。
Many people thought 手は。
そうだよね。カムトゥジャパンさんが一番でした。そして only
The name of this, the meaning of this word is sign language. Japanio got it first. Let's see. Japanio, did you? I
本当
didn't see that.
本当ジャパニエルどこ
I don't actually see your name anywhere.
これもしかしてさ、
Top chat. Let's go to
ま
live
たラ
chat.
イブチャット。
Maybe.
あ、本当だ。ウィ
And
リ
there's
ア
a
ム
bunch of other
や
people.
ばい
Okay, sorry
失
about
礼しま
that.
した。
We didn't have live chat on. We had top chat on, which
あら
means
ら。
that some people might have been in different
ごめんね。
orders. All right, so actually we have William first.
はい。
William was in first place there with Nantoka ga haha, Nantoka go haha, and then Japan Yell is in second place.
うん。
And then Dan, Come to Japan Dan is in third place. And then Morbid Blessing is in
は
fourth.
ーい。
I definitely didn't know just copied Dan. And there we go. Okay. So what it is
Hi.
is
シュ
the
ア
cool
ー
thing about
です
kanji is that I got the meaning. Yes. Wait, top chat is default on a live stream? Yes, top chat is the default. If I don't change it, it gives top chat, which is silly. But I don't even actually know what top chat is because they still come in order. It's just that some aren't shown at all, which is really, really annoying. And I can't change the default. So, is what it is. Anyway, shua, 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 shua. That is the word, and that is some
Hi.
terrible hiragana for you, but it is what it is. So, Yuki's not enjoying that. Hi, so that is shua. That is our last word for now. I just realized...
手話のひらがなは音読みですかという質問をいただいています。
Yes.
手話は音読みです。
It is indeed onyomi.
そう。
Hiragana onyomi. Yes. I had to change mine too. No hansen. What does Yuki
hansen.
think of your handwriting? What do you think of my handwriting?
なんか sometimes amazingly good だよね。
Sometimes
だけど
amazingly
most
good.
of the time はちょっと
If I'm in a rush, it's not very good. If I really, really take my time and work really, really hard on it, it looks okay, I think. Onyomi,
So-
kunyomi make my head hurt. That's why we don't teach onyomi and kunyomi. Just ignore it and learn words. If you learn the word shua, it doesn't matter if it's onyomi or kunyomi. It just matters that the word is shua. And when you see the word hand talk, you know that the word is shua. So you don't have to worry about onyomi or kunyomi. Don't. I would never, I wouldn't bother. I never have. At first I thought it was tebanashi. Then I thought tewa, but lastly I figured it would be shua. And when I typed it, I saw right kanji appear, so I figured it was right. There you go.
いや手放しいいと思う。私ぶっちゃけると手放しってなんかそっちの方がいいよね。
Yeah, that would work. Kind of figured Japanese are hard to impress. In that sense, you're not quite. You'd be wrong about that, actually. Japanese people are very, 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 very easy to impress. If you can write any kanji with the correct stroke order, they will think you're the most amazing thing that ever happened. Ever. Yuki is not your average Japanese person in relation to me. We are Japanese teachers, and she's very, very critical of my Japanese and writing because she has to be. That's our job, and that's her job is correcting me. So when I write something, she gives me the tips on how to make it better. And if I don't get better, it's her right to be a little bit like, what's going on, man? But if she looks at anyone else's kanji, that's not me, who's like a learner, she's like, whoa, that's amazing. So it's different. Yeah, I get Yukizilla. You guys get the normal Japanese reaction to anything, because just kanji's hard. Everyone knows that kanji's hard. Japanese people spent 15 years having to try and learn it. Well, not that long, I guess. 10 years each trying to learn the kanji themselves. So when any learner of Japanese is able to write kanji, like for them, it's like, wow, you must have spent 10 years just like us, which is not necessarily the case, but they know how hard it is. So it's very impressive to be able to write any kanji. Yeah. No, not 10 years for each kanji, but they spend 10 years learning kanji, right? Because you start learning kanji in elementary school when you're 6 years old, and you don't finish learning kanji until end of middle school. High schoolers don't really have to learn any new kanji, I don't believe.
Yes, we do thisよ.
You don't have to unless there's no kanji classes after middle school, right?
So,
right. If you're going to take kanken, you have to learn more kanji.
Yeah, true.
So it's at least, so they finish at what, 13 is the last kanji course? 中学校は何歳までだっけ?
15歳です.
15歳. Okay, so almost exactly 10 years, 9 to 10 years. And then, of course, high schoolers do like pick up a lot of extra kanji, but I don't think they actually have like kanji homework. ね? 高校生.
そうだね.
Okay.
そう、漢字ホームワークは一応ないと.
Yeah. Besides ToKini Andy, I've been using WaniKani to learn some kanji. If you know that side, do you have any opinion on WaniKani? I have opinions on WaniKani. I've talked about it a bit in like the intro to this course. A lot of people find it very helpful, and I don't have any issues with it specifically. Now, I beta tested WaniKani like 12 years ago, and originally it was just a straight up copy of Remembering the Kanji by James Hasig with some readings added in. So I didn't like it back then, but they've sort of made their own thing since then. And I think their system works well. I think there's two critiques I have of it, and I think the first one is that I actually think writing is helpful for memorization, and they encourage you not to learn to write. And I think that's you're hamstringing yourself if you don't write. I also think that they tend to force a lot of their words. So they pick a lot of words because they need to give you the onyomi. They just teach one single onyomi of a kanji as you learn them. So there's a lot of words that aren't very common that they have to choose to give you a word for a random difficult kanji that they're teaching, which means that you're learning a lot of words that you probably won't be using in daily life. And I notice that a lot of students using WaniKani, they try to use those words in sentences, and it leads to some funny mishaps. So you have to be careful with that. And also, my only other critique is that they pick random names for radicals of kanji, despite them having names. Like, they actually have actual names, but WaniKani just made up a bunch, and I don't know why they did that, and I never liked that. With that said, does it work? If you just want to learn to read kanji, yeah, it'll work. Or if you have 2 years, it'll work to teach you kanji. So it's not bad. If you enjoy it, it's fine. Just keep in mind those 3 points, and you'll be fine. It's been 10,000 years. We've learned 1,000 kanji. 母わかります。ユキさん、アンディにそんなに厳しくしないで。You know, I want her to be critical. 彼は、最善を尽くしているんですから。はい。I am working hard, but I'm not working super hard on writing, and I want her to be critical of me.
まあね、just let you know なんですけど、いつもは優しいよね。
Oh, she's always kind. Yeah, yeah.
優しいよ。
The first year of this channel, she did not correct many things that I was making mistakes on. And
私のすいませんね。私の中ではみんなも書ければ、もう読めるがゴールだから書いてることがもう very good。
Yeah, at first she was, I'm talking about something different, but she was saying at first she thought that as long as someone could read it, it was fine. She didn't care too much about style. I'm talking about Japanese in general. The first year or so, she didn't correct any of my Japanese really. And when we were first like dating and stuff. But then as we started like growing as a channel, it was like, she was like, I better correct those little quirks he has. Otherwise he's going to be teaching the wrong thing. So, Nowadays, she even corrects my pitch accent when it's pretty bad. So, like, very critical of me only, and that's because I want her to be. Thanks for your Genki lessons, by the way. It's been really helpful. Just finished your Genki 1 series, and now I'm on Genki 2. I don't know if it's just me, but there is a noticeable difficulty spike going from 1 to 2. Definitely is. With that said, there's things that they taught in Genki 2 that they should have taught in Genki 1, and the other way around. So, but there is definitely a spike. But I'm glad you found it helpful. I felt that difficulty spike too. I think it's because the book doesn't make you learn the extra vocab unless you're using it in a class. But Genki 2 assumes you know that vocab. Yeah. The only thing about wanikani is now I'm learning 2 meanings of radicals wanikani. Right. If you're going to do the radicals, it depends. If you're going to go through wanikani, you might want to stick with theirs. If you want to learn the actual words for them so that you can communicate with Japanese people when talking about kanji, you're going to want to stick with our meanings. But, either way. Writing is definitely the shortcut to deep memory and later recall. I agree. It's possible to be kind and firm. I had a mentor who could hug me and kick me in the butt at the same time. Kibishikute yasashi. Yes. Well, thank you for your opinion. You described it really great. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. We all need a Yuki-san of our own to monitor our Japanese. Yes. It'd be very helpful. For me, learning Japanese is about being comfortable with being wrong in front of other people, which is hard for me, and taking correction without being crushed. That is difficult for many, many people. Fortunately, I don't mind being wrong. I've been wrong so many times that I've gotten used to it, and I'm happy to correct myself. If people correct me, I'm happy to take the correction because I'd rather not make the mistake a million times in front of other people. We're learning extra modest expressions.
Yeah,
those aren't fun.
Humble.
Those aren't fun. One of the things with Genki teaching extra, like the humble forms and stuff, is they're not. The goal of that isn't to teach you how to use them, because even Japanese people struggle with like humble Japanese, like getting it perfect. There are classes for native Japanese people to learn how to use that kind of Japanese for when they get into professions where they need it. What Genki is doing with teaching you those in lesson like 19 and 20 is the fact that you're going to be hearing those on the telephone when you're at restaurants and stores. So you need to be aware of what they're saying. So it's just... Really, you should think of those lessons, and they should really put these warnings at the beginning of those lessons as an introduction to it and like a recognition lesson. Just so you recognize these things, you don't need to learn how to use them all perfectly. Of course, you can try, but there's not many situations as like a visitor to Japan or even like, I don't know, an English teacher living here that you're going to need to use humble Japanese.
使わなければいけないですかね、やっぱり。
なんで？
そんなにないよね、そんな。
全然使う意味必要ないじゃん。
本当に日本の会社で働きたいなら、多分使った方がいいけど。
Yes, if you want to work at but even then, like a customer-facing native Japanese company that is like a job, I don't know, you're going to work in sales in a Japanese company, then yeah, you need to learn how to use that kind of stuff. Otherwise, not so much. ね。
そう。ただ聞いて、あ、こんな感じみたいなのが大事です。
LL Excalibur, I'm 1 month into learning and can't remember all your grammar points from the Genki 1 series. Is that all right, or do you think it's better to slow down? No. A lot of students get really worried because they reach about lesson 5 or 6 and they start forgetting earlier grammar points. I'm like, oh no, I need to go back and redo them all. But that's definitely not the case. Here's the reason. Every grammar point in Genki 1 and 2 is so common, like so pervasive throughout all of Japanese, that you're going to run into it more and more and more and more. And every time you have to look it up again, because you've forgotten it, it reminds you. And every time you're reminded, it sticks a little more. So you don't need to like go back and review the same exact stuff that you learned it through the first time. What you want to do is see it in new contexts. And if you don't remember it when you see it in that new context, it's not a big deal. Like you just look it up again, and then, you know, it sort of builds out in your mind of how it's used the more you see it. So no, there's no need to have recall of 100% of grammar points for any lesson after you've gone past like 3 lessons later. It will stick eventually if you just keep going. One of the Genki writers was a TA when I was studying at Ohio State. Oh, nice. The fun side benefit of the stream is listening to Yuki. I'm starting to get some of it. Nice.
ねえ、みんなすごい。
Did you consider making a separate video about counters in Japanese? I find them kind of confusing. You don't know. And there's a couple reasons for that. Really, there's only one or two that you need right away. And that is three, I guess. So we'll just pop over here. I'll take the board over here. The one that you need is the tsu. So like, for example, we've learned, I'm sorry, that's terrible, but itsutsu, which is five things. Itsutsu. And that would be considered the counter, right? Itsutsu would be 5 things. And if you can say that, you're pretty much good. Like you've got everything covered. Another good one is ko. So for example, 1 would be ikko. So that's one like object, like a small object. You could use it for cups if you wanted to. Like there is this official counter for cups, but if you said ikko, you'd be understood. Or hitotsu would also work. And then the only other one you really need is people. So like sannin. Sannin would be san. I should have Yuki write these, but sannin. So if you know those 3, you're pretty much covered. And you pick up the other ones over time. Now, Yuki can agree or disagree with me on this, of course. But people get all worked up about counters and they're like, there's so many. But if you think about it, English has just as many counters. You just never think about it. For example, 3 head of cattle or 5 heads of lettuce or 4 groups of people or 3 sticks, 3 blades of grass or 6 packs of cigarettes or 34 lines of code. Like all of those are counters for a piece of paper, 7 pieces of paper, 42 glasses of water. All of those are counters. A murder of crows. So people get all worked up about like oh, there's so many counters I can't remember them all. But if you don't know how to say a murder of crows and you just say a bunch of crows, like are you going to be misunderstood? No, nobody cares. If you say, oh, look, a murder of crows, it stands out more than if you just say a bunch of crows. So like same in Japanese, just because there is like a perfectly specific counter for every single situation, a gaggle of geese, doesn't mean you need to use it or you're going to be misunderstood or you're not going to sound like a native or something like that. Like that's just not the case. If you have the 3 I just mentioned, you're good to go. And we learned those pretty quickly in Genki 1. So I've never done a video on it because I don't know. I don't see the point. Domo.
いや本当に初めてギースはギャゴーだと知りました今。何ギャゴーって。
A gaggle of geese. It's a big group of geese. It might be a certain number. I'm not really sure.
それさビッググループだったらa gaggle of people も使えるってこと？
No, I think it's just for geese.
ギース only？あ、そうですか。日本にはそういうのはないです。
But there are many specific. There's no specific one for geese, but there are specific ones for birds. Like for birds, you use wa, which is the kanji for feathers. So there's samwa is 3 birds. But if you say like sambiki, it's not technically correct, but it's 3 small animals, and it's fine. Everyone would understand it, and I've heard Japanese people say it. So it's like it just doesn't matter. So you pick up a bunch as you go along the way. You could use gaggle for a group of people, says More of a Blessing. Okay.
あ、本当？
New information for me. Anyway, maybe I'll clip that out, and that will be our video on counters. But only if they're being a silly goose. As someone who is not an English native speaker, I never heard murder of crows before, even learning more than Japanese here. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream. Dambu.
ようこそ。
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun talking. It's not the end of the stream. It's the beginning of it. We spent 50 minutes introing, and I realized that we didn't actually run the skit at the beginning of the stream because I was so excited to show you the new studio. Hope you're liking it. A lot are very rare. Yes. So let's go ahead and see what kanji we're going to be going over today.
何を見ている?
町のイベントだよ。明日ミュージアムの見学のイベントがあるよ。一緒に行く？
行きたい。でも靴下がない。
じゃあ一足あげるね。
ありがとう。じゃあ行く。
すごい。すごい。目的のティラノサウルス。
口が大きい。
足が長い。
そして耳が小さいね。
それから目がちょっと怖い。
でも手がすごく短い。ミュージアムは面白いよね。Okay, so that's all the kanji we're going to be going over today from the lesson 18 video. If you haven't watched the lesson 18 video, that's okay. We go over a lot of the stuff here. But we have these worksheets that are available on the website if you haven't taken a look at it yet. I just realized that I have a page for mine, but that's actually not going to be visible, is it? Without getting kind of zoomed in.
Too bright だ。
Yeah, way too bright. We're going to have to turn this down a little bit, which is going to make us really dark. That's going to be a problem.
あ、そう？
Oh, I'm changing the wrong thing. We want to bring that one down.
ねえねえ、トマス・スイヤさんもさ、True, I never had a gaggle of geese before. First time for me って書いてあるよ。
Oh, really? Huh.
ねえ、me too. me too 言えますか？ Can I say me too here?
That's fine. All right, sorry guys. Some technical difficulties since it's the first live stream here. I guess we will have to zoom a bit when we do these ones. But anyway.
まあ、送り仮名も書いていきたいと思います。
So the first kanji that we saw in that skit was the kanji for to look, which is miru. Miru is the word. And the kanji is basically an eye on top of legs. We refer to it as the eye of Sauron on top of legs. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in a marker, and then we'll try it on our worksheet. We'll also see, Yuki's version and stuff. And then if you're a member of the Discord, which you can get into if you're a member of ToKiniAndy.com, you can share your practice of these writings in the media share channel, and we will go ahead and take a look at those.
はい。
All right.
まあ私がね。
All right. I do like when you're both in one shot. It certainly feels more together. Yeah. I like this shot a lot better too
ちょっ
than
と
the separate one.
days だよね。
It's like the old days. Yeah. We have a ne in Portuguese. I've heard that, and it sounds the same way with the same tone. So that makes it really easy to learn how to do that, right? All right, so I'm going to give our first miru a try. I'm going to do it over here.
いいですね。いいよ。
All right, and then we're going to have a leg that I believe will be swept out. And then...
いい。
And there's my miru.
はい。いいです。とってもいい。
See, she's not that critical. All right, let's see what she's got for us.
あ、
There goes all her stuff.
なんか落ちてしまいました。
多分マーカー。
はい。
はい。
この辺でいい？
Okay.
ちょっと真ん中じゃなかったね。
あ。
ここがレグスが。
Okay. So that was not intentional. Okay, one thing I can definitely see is that my legs should be a little bit longer.
ここだ。
Okay, so my legs could be a little bit longer, and that would look better.
ここでした。
Groups of bears can be a pack, a sloth, a sleuth, among a few other names. Huh.
何
That's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, so let's see if I can make mine look a little bit closer to hers.
いいと思います。
Probably make that a little bit bigger, but not so
う
bad.
ん、いい、
Okay, okay.
そう、アンディも2回目良かったんですけど、ここ、
Mm.
このボックスがあったら、この足は
I see. The
人
legs you want on the
は
bottom.
そうそうは半分か長い方がちょっとね長めにした方が
So legs should be a little bit longer, and you should think of the eye as being in the top box. Okay, so my eye is too big from the beginning, or I just need to make my legs much bigger. So we can go like that. I didn't go kimochi up on that one, but you're gonna forgive me.
大丈夫ですよ。
So my eyes, though that's not very good, but let's see.
いいです
Something like that.
ね。
I still think I'm making my legs too short. I could probably make them a little longer, but not so bad. Okay.
はい、いいです。いいと思います。
All right, so the next thing we always do is let's see what this looks like. Is we take a look at the worksheet and give that a shot. Okay, that's not so bad. We don't have to turn anything down now. Okay.
ペンが
ありがとうございます。
私の
I
で
have
す
one too. Okay, so you guys ready? This is what you're going to be practicing when you share in the Discord, and we'll be taking a look at that. I'm using a very difficult to use brush, this one. We also have this brush, which I used in the first few video live streams, but we're going to give the tough one a shot. I had trouble with it last week, but we'll see how it goes. Is this Andy's?
はい、
Okay.
よし、いい感じ。
I haven't touched this in a long time. I haven't touched this pen in a long time, so this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a struggle. But that's okay. Oh, okay, interesting. Let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい、そこまで目、漢字の目がその上半分のブロックじゃなくてもいいです。
Okay, so the eye doesn't need to be that much in the top box, she says. Okay. I should probably put 2 cameras up there. Okay, so she's come down a little bit into the bottom half. Hmm.
ちょっと私も筆の練習した方がいいね。この
It's been a while, eh?
こ
Let me
の
guys here.
このミルはこの辺までその超ストリクトじゃなくていいんだけど、なるべくこの足を長めに取りたいっていうところはこの意識した方がいいから。
So the thing you want to keep in mind is to make the legs longer.
と長すぎだな。見るって難しいね。
Look is very
う
difficult.
ん、難しいね。
It's
ちょっと
difficult.
私練習するわ、ここで。アンディお願いします。
Alright, I'll give it a shot. Let's see.
ちょっと私自分のやつクリティカルす
I
る
don't know
の
if we're
に
gonna have
忙
time
し
to
い
look at your guys on this. Your guys' ones on this one. We need so much work.
やべえな、この
Alright, let's see.
心配です。ゆきさん、自分のスキルに、
疑い始めた？
疑い始めた。なんかさ、ピアノみたいなのと一緒だよね。楽器と一緒。
It's just like piano. If you don't do it for a while, you lose it.
悲しい。悲しいスキルだ。
I think I was doing good on this one until the first part of leg. It's not so bad. I don't mind my eye.
なんかさ、私たちのライブストリームさ、私たちがさ、静かにさ、字書いてたら意味ないよ。意味ない？えへ。
まあ、でも仕方ないんですよ。
このね、私この一足っていうやつちょっと難しい。
My eye is good, my legs are bad. That's what I'd say. どうも。Oh, you should show people what you're practicing over there. You shouldn't.
やばい、ちょっと恥ずかしい。アンディね、
恥ずかしくたっていいけど、何練習していれば、so she's practicing all these so you can see what's going to be difficult for you as well and how she would practice it. So she's practicing her legs here, so she's starting like that and coming down like that and
then... いい。うまい。
Those are really good. Why can't I do that here?
そういうことが起きちゃうわけですよね。
That was really good, but I can't seem to do that in the box. Okay, let's see if I can do it here then.
いや、わかるわかる。なんか練習だとうまくいく。
Interesting. Okay, let's give it a shot. So I'm looking at Yuki's there.
練習の時はちょっとリラックスしてるからうまくいくんだよね。
So when you're practicing, you're relaxed. Yep. That's like, so it's just going to be practice, eh? I'm out of ink.
あ、はい、こっちでいい。私出しますよ。ちょっと時間かかりますから出しますよ。
That was pretty good. That's not so bad. I guess my legs are a little bit thicker than my eye, so my eye should have some more thickness to it. But that's kind of the idea. I think I'm at the point where upgrading my paper will help with my line form. The ink bleeds into printer paper so much it's hard to get it fine. Yeah, that's very true. Same with this paper. But that was not so bad. I'm okay with that. Okay.
あ、こっちでいいです私。
Yuki's gonna give it another shot. You got another copy here, huh?
大丈夫。も
う。It's on the floor.
これがなくても。
これ使ったって。
ありがとうございます。
Okay, Yuki's gonna give it one more shot. Got it? She's practicing something else. You're getting the ink out.
インクがちょっと it's too much now です。
時々小さいより大きいの方が簡単。Yeah, and actually thicker strokes tend to be graded well. So that's not a bad thing.
ちょっとインク too much?
Too much ink, yeah. It's not necessarily your fault.
にじむってなんていうの
It bleeds in. Yeah, that's a lot of ink coming out.
ご
Ooh.
めんなさいね。ちょっと
Sorry,
インク
guys.
が
The new brush with all the ink is here. We should put something underneath.
はい、あ、そうです。Thank you.
But anyway, okay. So that should be
はい。OK。
that should probably give you guys enough time to have practiced your own. Let's see if anyone has shared any in the Discord. Oh, maybe not. So, oh wait, no, there's a bunch. There's a bunch.
はい、みんな上手。
Okay. You got a bunch.
私より上手。
まだ見てないのにそういうのを言うのが
もう見た。
バレちゃうよ。本気で言ってないってこと。
もう見た。
はい。
だってね、そのさ、漢字ってそのハンドライティング、もう見た瞬間でいいかどうかわかる結構。
Yuki says with kanji, the moment you look, you know whether you can understand for yourself whether it's good or bad. She says. So here is morbid blessings.
はい。
Meanwhile, oh no, I guess I have to listen to your translation. I need my phone because Grammy shared hers on my phone, and I don't have my phone here. But we'll go over this first.
はい。まずバランスが良いです。
Balance is very good.
はい。で、足が長めに取るっていうのは結構できてる。
And you've made your legs pretty long, which is good.
あと左腹やっぱりこのね足の練習、とってもいいんですけどこのあれだな
こっち。
このねここ足がこう書くとこの左払い、この払いなんだけど。
So she said with your legs, something that would be good to practice is the left swipe out, 左払い
払いとこの右払い
and the right side 払い。
そう右払いっていうかこの足の右の払ってからこのもう一回ここから跳ねるここに曲がってきて跳ねる、
When you sweep back up on the right.
これねちょっとインクがトゥマッチなんですけどこういう風に来てからこのシュッて跳ねた方がいいのね。
Right. So when you come back over here, you want to sort of sweep it back up like that. You sweep it back up. And on this one too, you sweep it out to the left a little bit more. And that will make it look a little bit better because right now it looks kind of like you stopped at the end. I know you didn't because it doesn't quite look like that. You definitely tried to sweep it out a little bit and sweep it up a little bit. But you want to sort of emphasize that sweep a little more by having some pressure in the beginning and then letting up on when you go to the left, I guess. And same when you swipe up to the when you swipe up after going right.
ここで止まってこう
Sweeping up like that. And then that will help it look even better. Here we have Christians.
はい。
Thank you so much for more blessing. I appreciate that.
ありがとうございます。
先生ありがとうございます。
こちらこそいつもありがとうございます。これクリスチャンだよね。この見るはクリスチャン。
This next one is Christian.
はい。これって本当のペンで書いてるんだよね。
This we're assuming that you've written with an actual pen here. I'm not sure, or it might be. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing it's a pen. But if you can let us know what you've used, it's not digital. I don't think.
Okay.
It might be digital. I don't think so though.
このストロークの感じがなんとなくデジタル風に見えるっていうか、この。
I think it's just because it's. Oh, it is. Okay, so it is digital. So it's an iPad.
あ、OK。
Okay.
なるほど。
じゃあこういうのは
そのブラシがにじんでるのかどうかっていうのがちょっと難しいところだったんですけれど、クリスチャンもバランスはすごくいいです。そうでここのさっきの5 Total Slots Bear 5子に行ったの、ここの払いとここの羽、この跳ねてる感じはすごく分かりやすく見えてる。
Yeah, you've got the sweeps out, the sweeping out. Very good. Yeah.
そことってもいい感じです。ここのね払いとここの足の始まりのエントリー そうこの2つのエントリーはもうちょっと見えるように作ってもいいかなって
Okay,
思う。
so yeah. So what she's saying here is 日本語でいいよ。そのエントリーは英語の通訳の時に言うから。So when you enter into your bottom leg strokes, it's good to make those look a little bit more obvious. So you can like, for example, if I was doing it here, you might come down like that and then sweep out and then come in like this and then yeah, like this isn't very good, but you get what I'm saying, right? You come in like this, down.
そうそうその通りです。ここがとってもいいエントリーができてるじゃないですか。
So you have a very good entry here.
そうこういうところにもこことここにも同じやつが欲しい。
So she wants the same kind of entry in those ones.
はい、その他は結構いい感じです。
Five-toed sloth bear says maybe a better try.
あ、違う、さっきモービルブレッシングだったんだ。Five-toed sloth bear じゃなかったね。
I said morbid blessing.
あ、しまった、私失礼しました。
And this one is five-toed sloth bear.
はい。これが5トこれレギュラーペンだからちょっと太さとかは違うんですけど、まず1点、こちらはこの足はくっつけた方が良いです。
So for legs, they're better off connected to the eye. You want them to be connected to the eye.
そうすると多分この足が長く見えて多分バランスも良くなると思います。
So that will make the legs look a little bit longer and more balanced. So even at the length you have right now, it's probably fine. If they were connected, the balance would be very good.
目自体のバランスすっごくいいと思
The
います。
balance of your eye part is excellent.
あと払いもできてるし、
And
羽
your
も
hot
で
eyes are
きて
also
る
good,
し、
and your hot eyes are
そ
also
う
good.
ここがくっつくところだけかな、惜しかったの。
So you just want to connect them. That's the
そう
main thing.
くっついた方が良いですね。
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my phone. I'll be right back.
はい、じゃあ私はちょっと
You're gonna practice with it?
そう久しぶりのこのペンはちょっとねインクがありすぎだな、出しすぎてしまった。ありがとうございます。この OK、 私もちょっと練習したいと思います。この目のバランスが難しいね。ここから来てターボバージョン I ちょっとねこのカリグラフィーのスタイルはターボバージョンのお手本がないと難しいんですね。ターボバージョンどんな感じかな。こんな感じかな。でもこれだとね火になっちゃうね。アレックスさんにターボバージョンのリクエストをいただいたんですけれど、ターボするにはお手本がないと難しくてできません。
どういうこと? You need an example?
そう。
I don't have a keyboard here. That's going to be really tough.
Oh no. ターボバージョンね。先生が必要ですね、
Okay.
ターボバージョンには。
We got Montana Margot's here. So I'm going to bring that up quick. I can't. Okay, so there is Miru.
マーゴも上手。 ちょっとここね。
これが問題。アレルギー出てる。この2つのやつ。俺風邪じゃない。外行くと全然大丈夫なんだ。
はい。
Anyway
マーゴのミルを見ていきたいと思います。
はい、お願いします。
ミルを見ていきたいと思います。はい。マーゴもすごく上手にバランスよくかけています。
はい、
そう
she said
そ
your
れが
balance is
そう
very
そ
good.
う。これってレギュラーペンかな？これブラシペンなの
I think it's a brush pen.
このちょっと小さいんですけど、このエントリーとかも結構上手に書こうとしてくれてるのが分かるのがとってもいいと思うんですけど、すっごく難しいんだけどね、
うん。
この
こっちか？どっち？
それだ、
これ。
うん、
Alright, but we'll do that later. So
Okay.
first, okay.
そうこのブラシペンを使うとき
うん。
は、そのブラシペンのストロークがこういう風にふにょふにょってなっちゃうのがちょっと印象が悪くなっちゃうんですよ。だからブラシペンを使うときに、
うん。
ストロークをまずスムーズに書く練習をこういう感じでした方がいいかも。
So you keep saying that
So-
with the brush pen, if this is a brush pen, and I'm assuming it is, one thing that stands out, unfortunately, is the sort of waviness of the lines. And I don't know how big you've drawn it, but what she's suggesting is one thing you definitely want to practice, if for any of you who are using a brush pen, is first just practicing doing straight lines, because it's way harder than you'd think with a brush pen. So just practicing doing straight lines. You do an entry and an exit, an entry and an exit, like for every single line that you do. And just practicing going, you put it down, do your straight line. And practicing doing your straight lines over and over again until you get some straight lines. And then you can bring it on to something like miru. Yeah, like that. Right. See, now I got just jagged here, so that's going to stand out.
そうバランスとかその形がいいのに、このストロークがスムーズじゃなく見えてしまうのが非常にもったいない。
So the balance is excellent and the strokes all look correct and right. So that makes the jaggedness of the line stand out more, because it would be pretty much perfect otherwise. And then I would just suggest to connect these to the me.
あ、そうだね。くっついた方がいいね。ここがもうちょっとエントリーが大きくなれば多分くっつくって感じだよね。
Okay. So I've got an example for Yuki to take a look at on the screen right now. Let's see if I can share that with you guys as well. Nope, that is not going to work.
あれ。
If I switch over to this one, I believe you can see it.
はい。
Okay, so this is the 行
書の方、左の下のブロックどうなってる？あ、これだ。
That's the one. So that's going to give you the. So she's going to use that as her example for practicing a speedy one, a turbo version. Basically a cursive R. But I think what he wants is, if you were writing with a normal pen, how would you write it fast?
ここからこうなんだよな、きっと。
It's just an R. これなんか違くない？
え、何？
頼まれてると全然違うものになってない？
ターボモード。
What he wants is if you were writing it in a pen,
この
what would you write?
カリグラフィーターボモードでは
じゃ
なく、
ない。What he wants is, don't even look at that. Just write how you'd write it normally if you were filling out a form quickly.
そっか。こっちだな。 こうなんだよね、多分。
That was pretty
でも
slow. What's your turbo mode?
あの
You want an actual pen?
こっちの方ちょっと見えにくいからフォークもうちょっとズームした方がいい。
ちょっと難しいです。
こんな感じなんだよね。
That looks more like her speedy version. Now write faster. There we go. That's what it really looks like when it's on a So there's the true turbo mode.
これはカリグラフィーターボモード総称バージョンってやつなんで
This
す。
is turbo calligraphy mode.
ちょっとターボできないターボモードなんですけど。
All right, so that's just the first word. We've got a lot of words to go. We're already an hour and a half into the stream. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first. 何を見ている？
街のイベントだよ。明日ミュージアムの見学のイベントがあるよ。一緒に行く？
行きたい。でも靴下がない。
え？
All right. So our next word is going to be kengaku, which is it includes
はい。
the word we just, the
Hi.
kanji we just learned, and
Miru.
gaku,
学の方ね。
which is learn, which we've actually already covered in other words. So we're not going to spend too long on this one, but it will give us an extra chance to practice miru a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a practice
頑張ります。
anyway. And if you guys are interested, you can give a shot. Give it a shot on your own as well in the Discord. But these are not new kanji now, but we're going to do it anyway. I think I have to take 多分その座布団この部屋から出さなきゃ。
クッション。
別に他の人には知らなくていいから日本語で。すごくアレルギー反応が高い。
上手。
So my miru is not bad.
上手だよ。
待って。ここ違うね。I know that this should actually be out, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The balance between the two is not very good, but
だけど結構良い。結構いいです。
someone find this man a pair of shoes. Okay.
学、その子供の子は、ペンで書いてるときは丸く書いてもいいんですよ。
okay. So I don't actually have to do it like the brush.
時に丸くするのが難しいからそのテクニックがあるんですけれど、そうだからいやそれでもいいんだけど、どっちでもいいです。ここが丸くてもいいし。
Oh, I got it. I think we want to be down here.
そうだね。でも結構綺麗に描けています。
But we're getting there. My eye was okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at Yuki's.
どうして消しちゃうんだ。
What was shoes or socks? We have extra time here because we just turned the clocks back. Nice. I'm completely lost on the socks conversation.
私たちのビデオじゃない。
そういうことか。Yeah, it was socks. Okay, right. The skit. It was 靴下. It was socks. Yeah, I don't have socks, so I can't go to the museum. Okay, yeah. So looking at that, if we just go here. Oh, that wasn't very straight, but oh well. I don't love that, but it is what it is. This is the
見
one
る
I
は
really need to
結
focus on.
構いい、最初のやつに比べてかなりなんかかっこいいミルになっています。
ありがと
うん、いいね。うん、いいじゃない？
u Okay, it's a little bit
う
better.
ん、とってもいい感じです。
Okay.
うん。
So if it can mean anything you wear in your feet, how do you know it's shoes, socks? It doesn't. It's just socks. So kutsushita is like shoes under. So under your shoes becomes kutsushita, which is socks. Kutsu is shoes. Kutsu is shoes. Kutsushita is socks. So I think we get to that one.
Weird word だよね。
So no, it's a perfect word. It makes way more sense than socks. Shoes under or inside of.
まあそう、インサイドオブなのに何靴下って。
Yeah, under your shoes is a little bit weird, but it makes it easy to remember. All right, so we're gonna give, even though we've done lots of brush, we're gonna give kengaku.
はい。
So once again, kengaku, we didn't actually go over the meaning, but kengaku means to basically go somewhere and learn about it in person.
はいはい。
So it's like to do a tour of a factory or to go to a museum even, something like that. Is kengaku. So to see and learn in person, to go to somewhere to learn something in person. Kutsuchu? Yeah, that would make more sense, eh?
あ、靴中じゃない？
Kutsunaka? Okay, yeah, I guess kutsunaka would be. That would make more sense, but it's not how it is. It's not how it works. All right, so let's see if I can do this a little bit better here. We're going to go over to mine so that I have more room to work. Okay, one more time. I've started too low already, so that's going to cause some issues. But
大丈夫。はみ出していいです。うん、いい。うん、上手。
okay, that's my best look so far.
ナイスリカバーでした。
Mama.
いいと思う。
My upper part, my lower part is sort of shifted to the right a bit too much, but let's see what Yuki's got.
はい。
お願いします。
アンディのその子供の子っていうところ、こうやってストローク書くじゃない。この、ここがちょっと飛び出る、
はい、
ここをかぶせるようにこの、こういう風に
Yeah, my line always starts a little bit too high.
そうここをポイントにすれば結構毎回うまくいくんじゃないかなと思います。
Yeah, definitely.
はい。
You're very welcome, Zappa Cop. I'm happy that you found that helpful. While Yuki is writing this, I'm sorry, it's going to get a little bit more echoey in here than it is right now, even though it's pretty echoey, but I need to remove some stuff from the room because it's making my allergies go crazy.
はい。どうでしょうか。見学、 やっぱり見るっていう字はちょっと難しいね。ここの目っていう漢字自体が結構バランス取りにくいね。この下にくっついちゃうとね。大丈夫ですか？
I'll survive. Sorry.
はい。
Anyway, はい。
あ、私の見学はこちらです。
Yeah, that looks good.
まあマイクリティックでいくともうちょっとこの見るっていう目の部分が細かったらよかったかな。
She wishes that her eye was thinner. Really?
こっちの方がバランスよく描けてるって思う。
Okay. I thought it looks perfect. Let's go ahead and take a look at Montana Margot's
はい。
Kengaku. I think we've already talked about line straightness. This is a very nice line. But overall, let's go ahead and break this one down.
はい。額が、まず額かなり上手に書いて
Gaku looks very,
あ
very
り
good.
ますね。
Yeah. There's not a whole lot to say on that one. Maybe a little bit more of an entry
そうだ
on
ね。
your line here and on the beginning of ko. Your entries are very good here and here, and even on this one. So maybe just a little bit more of an obvious entry on the head of ko and the line here. But otherwise, looking very good.
はい。
Secrets popping up there on screen.
この見るの目なんですけど、この下のこの部分、この縦棒が2個はあまり突き出さない方がいいですね。
Right, right. You don't really want those lines to pop out here. You want your bottom, your closing line on eye to actually like close up the eye there.
そうだ
You
ね。
don't want that bleeding down.
そう。それが
Otherwise, it makes it look like eye is an enclosure for the bottom part, which it's not. You don't. They're separate.
そう。っていうのは違う感じに見えちゃうか
It
らです
also
ね。
looks like a different kanji. Yeah, okay. That's important. I feel like I'd never have the patience for such a clean penmanship. Yeah, and you know, it's not necessary. You don't have to have such clean penmanship. Practicing penmanship like this does make your overall writing look better, and your writing looking better actually has a great effect on
Remembering.
I don't know if it helps so much at remembering. I mean, taking your time with the kanji will help you remember it a lot more, like this. So that's a big part of it. It will help you remember how to write it a lot better because, you know, you have to do it carefully, which means the more carefully you do it, the more obvious it becomes how certain strokes flow into other strokes. Like that movement. It makes the order make sense when you do this. So that helps as well. But I've mentioned this before, and whether you like it or not, it doesn't really make a difference. It's just a fact of life in Japan, is that good handwriting leads to like more respect. People respect you more if you have nicer handwriting. It's just a natural thing. If you put in a resumes in Japan are still often handwritten. Handwriting is often required. It's required for most jobs in Japan. A lot of foreign learners, like if you're getting an English teaching job, it's obviously not required. If you want an actual like a job that you'll be competing with native Japanese people for, like a web design job or something. I don't know. As an example, a handwritten resume will get you pretty far, and if you have nicer handwriting, you stand out. So it's just something to keep in mind. But it's not necessary if all you're trying to do is learn Japanese, right? Yeah. So not much to say for that. Let's go ahead and look at some other people's.
はーい。みんなありがとうございます。
I think we've only got one here so far.
OK。
Morbid
blessings
blessings
ね。
with a nigawarai.
いや、いいよ。
Oh,
モービ
looking
ッ
good.
ドブレッシングのこの見るっていう字、めっちゃいいと思います。
Miru looks
そう
very
そう
good.
まずこのエントリーもとっても良いし、このストロークのこのエントリーの部分とエンディングもとっても良いって思います、こういうところ。
ね。
で、ここも払ってるし、今度はこの羽と払いが結構上手にできてて、とても良いです。
Yeah, I think your Miru looks very good.
この額の 学冠っていう確か学冠だよねこれ。
Yes, the learning冠.
そうラーニング
The
冠。
learning crown.
そうこの最初のこのつカタカナつのところはとても良いです。ここのね
The first part on top, which is the tsu, katakana, that's what it's referred to actually as a part, is very, very good.
この次の冠クラウンのこの部分なんですけど、ここは止めですね。これ払ってるみたいに見えるので。
Oh, really? I haratteta. I was sweeping it out. I haratteta.
あい払ってた。
僕は払ってた. I was sweeping it out.
そうね。
That's actually tome. So I got that wrong.
そうそこはストップですね。ここが超細かいんだけどね。
So it's, and you want to curve it out a little bit and then stop.
そうそこがストップです。
I thought it was this. So I wrote it wrong. You may have copied me.
そうこっちはストップしてここがね払ってるみたいに見えるんだけど、ここはストップだけどこっちは払いで OK です。
So that was good.
そうでこうもストロークの感じ、そのエントリーとかエンディングとかこの払いが羽がすごいよくできています。バランスの部分だとこの最後の1をもう少しこの辺このちょっと下なんだよね。アンディと同じだよね。この
yeah. You want to bring your line here. You want to bring that down a little bit.
そうここのこのフってやつとこの次のストロークの間に来るんじゃなくてちょっとだけ下なの。
So I have
難しいね。
I have trouble with this as well, and it's something we can definitely work on. Which is instead of sorry, can I move over a little bit? I'm sorry. Okay. I think we should get stools. We should get some stools for the live stream. That would probably make this a lot easier. Okay. Where's that? So I'm just going to draw this as a ko. So we have ko. So we come out like this. We come back down like this. Then we do our thing here. Okay. So now the hard part is I always end up having my line go here, and that's what you did as well. So just where you feel like you should start a little bit lower. Let's see if that helps.
おー上手。
And yeah, so that's
そうわかる。そのさね、一回さここがさなんかターニングポイントっぽい、なんかその狙うポイントっぽいよね。ここがね
It
クロ
feels
ス
like it's
し
the
た
part
い。
to go for.
そうクロスしたい。
So you automatically, when you come back up here, you want to start right around there. But so just wherever you feel like you want to start for that crossing line, start a little bit lower.
そう
And you'll get it.
そう私が目指
That's
してる
advice for myself. はい
いいと思います。
私が目指している
私が目指してるその1のクロッシングポイントはこの一番、このなんていうのカービーになってるところ。
She's aiming for, so if we were to do, sorry, I'll do this again.
そうそうそのストロークがあった
She's
ら
aiming for
そう
here.
そう
She's aiming to cross
そう
here.
一番もうカーベスなところ
Where it starts going straight. Because you sort of, you push down, you do a lot of brush, and then you go straight down, and then curve out to make it look like it's curved out, right? So she aims for here, for her line.
そうです
Okay, so that's advice for everyone who struggles with where to put that line and why it doesn't look so balanced. See, I didn't get that here, but I got it here.
そうすればねこの子供の子っていう字はかなりバランスが良くなると思います。
I was wondering who gave a thumbs down to Christians, and I wanted to check. I suspected it was going to be Christian himself. I'm glad I was right. Okay, so here's Christian's. One thing stands out to me right away after having listened to all of Yuki's advice. Two things stand out right away. So I'm going to see if she agrees with me. Thank you so much, Morbid Blessing. Really appreciate the support. I'm glad that you're finding the advice helpful.
ありがとうございます。
Okay.
Morbid Blessing ありがとう。
So the first thing I would suggest is you want to move your eye up a little bit, or maybe make it a little bit more scrunched, and then make your legs longer. Give them more space to work. Give them more space to breathe. You want nice long legs, not short legs like me. For your gaku, something similar. Like you could actually you want this part to be a little bit longer, I feel like. And then one thing I was just giving advice on is how even if on the iPad, since you're using like a brush setting, you want to sort of pretend it is a brush, and you can sort of go out like this and then come down and then sweep back up to make it look more brush-like instead of just going straight down like this or going straight down and then trying to curve like that. That's going to look like a ghost or something. You don't want that. Even if you are using a regular pen, you want to come in, you want to start going in from the very beginning. But if you want it to look more like brush, you want to aim for something like this, I think. Is that correct? Am I correct on that, Yuki?
はい。まあ、プリティマッチいいと思います。
Okay, pretty much. じゃあ。
多分クリスチャン1個だけだと思うんだよね、私。
She just has one piece of advice.
そう。ちょっとだけ上のパーツ、そのアッパーパーツを小さく書くか上に上げる。
はい。So she agrees. So the only piece of advice she has for any of yours is the upper part is either you want to either draw it smaller or move it up a bit. That's it, which I mentioned. そうなんだよ。このちょっとなんか書きたいけど紙が混み合ってきてる。このボックスがあるじゃないこの、はい、出たこのボックスこのボックスがあってこのねチチチチがあるじゃないこのチチチが、みんなチチチがあるでしょだいたいこんな感じ、そうするとこの見るはそのアンディが言った方でもう少し目をこの辺に描いて足がこうくるって感じでいいと思うんですけど、こういう感じでこう足がくる、この額の方もこの辺にクラウンが来てわかるかな、でこはこの辺に描いた方がいいみたいな、 まあ、正直言ってやってる額の場合
本当なんかここの部分が結構大きいこの上までがすごく大きくてここがすごくちっちゃくなってる。
That's what it looks like. It looks very small. Yes. Which is why I think everything needs to be shrunk down a little bit and moved up. Shrunk down and moved up is probably what you want there. But in general, it doesn't look bad.
そうバランスはすごくいいからあとは上の最初の頭でっかちって言うんですけどそういうのちょっとだけアッパーパートを小さく描くか、上に全体的に上げるがいいかな、そうすればもうそれだけでねもう全然違くなると思います。
Just with that, it'll look a lot different. Let's see what our next word is.
何を見ている？
街のイベントだよ。明日ミュージアムの見学のイベントがあるよ。一緒に行く？
行きたい。でも靴下がない。
じゃあ一足あげるね。
ありがとう。じゃあ行く。
すごい。すごい。目的のティラノサウルス。
口。
Okay, so the first word is actually going to be one pair of socks or shoes. So I think Montana Margot asked earlier, how would you tell the difference of whether it's a shoe like shoes or socks? And I thought you were talking about the word kutsushita, but I think you might have actually been talking about the counter soku. Maybe. Yeah, I'll take it. Doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. No. And in that case, you tell because you never have a number and a counter in, how would you put it, in isolation, right? You never have just, well, I guess sometimes you do. But even if it's in isolation, like for example, if you walk into a restaurant and you say sannin, what you're saying is that you have a group of three is what you're saying when you walk into the restaurant. But the context is the waiter looks at you with expectant eyes. And what you know they're expecting is you to tell them how many people are in your group. So that's the context, and you can respond with just sannin. But if, for example, you're talking about birds, you're never just going to be like randomly out of nowhere, sanwa. Ne? You're never just going to say san. Is that correct?
合ってる。ひらがな書いた方がいい。
Oh, yeah. But you're never just going to say sanwa randomly, right? Nobody will know what you're talking about. You're going to have mentioned like there are a certain number of hawks, right? There's 3 hawks. So, for example, I don't know, should we use washi hayabusa? Hayabusa-san wa iru. So you have the noun and then how many of them there are, and you use the counter along with that. So with shoes and socks, you don't just have nisoku all on its own. You have, sorry, that's a terrible so, but you have kutsushita nisoku or kutsu nisoku, right? Well, I'm gonna write that next, yeah. So that's how you can tell. You actually have the noun before the number and its counter, right? And this is one of the reasons that not always knowing what the counter is and only using a basic one like futatsu or something, or even the wrong one isn't such a big deal, because you almost always have the noun that it's referring to before the number and its counter. So counters are much less of an issue than people think. But let's go ahead and see if I can write the word isoku. You will point at birds in the sky or something. Yeah. But you'll actually mention the birds aren't real. Yeah. Don't different birds have different words to count?
そうかな。
In English, yes. In Japanese, yeah, like a murder of crows or,
あ、そうかそうか。
or
さっきのギース。
gaggle of geese or I don't know, whatever.
い
But
や、私が思うに和の和。
wa can cover all of them.
wa.
Yeah, I don't think there's different counters for different birds. You have different nouns for different birds. You have suzume-san wa. So 3 suzume is what is the English for suzume? Sparrows. 3 sparrows. Or taka-san wa. 3 taka is it eagle or hawk? I always mix those up. An eagle?
わしがイーゴか。
3 eagles. Doesn't make a flock of geese. Yeah, there you go. So no, in Japanese, there's just the one for the birds. Anyway, so the number 1, that's easy enough. I've done about 1 million number 1s. And then isoku. Soku is the kanji for leg, which is also the kanji for foot. Foot, that's confusing. You never know when someone uses this kanji or this word. Well, that's balanced terribly. Whether they're talking about legs or feet. But if it's the counter, it's just a counter for shoes, socks, anything that goes on your legs or on your feet, actually. It's just on your feet, eh?
そうだね。
That could be better. I haven't written the kanji leg or foot in a very, very long time. Oh, you're starting your foot. You're starting your mouth part right there. Okay.
できそう。
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm not getting right. I think my mouth needs to be more centered. I'm assuming that in the box, my mouth, now looking at yours, I'm assuming it's centered, and I always start my mouth off to the right. So I'm gonna assume that this is the center of the box, which means that this should be starting more about here. And then I'm gonna come down like that and then sweep out. Oh, that's a heck of a lot better than my first one. It could still be way better, but
いい。
It's
めっ
better.
ちゃいい
eh?
感じ。
Okay, that's much better. Beautiful.
ありがとうございます。
And he thumbs down his kanji. I did? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's funny. Oh, I thumbed down my kanji. Yeah. It's funny listening to the parts like mouth, and I'm like, your mouth is centered just fine under your nose. Since English isn't my first language either, I would just say a bunch of birds of any bird, and that would be fine. 今は日本にいます。仕事です。けれども、ちょっと時間があります。これは簡単です。わかりやすいです。ありがとう。よかったです。
あり
Manuel,
が
I'm
とう
glad
ご
to
ざ
hear
い
it.
ます。
That's great.
そう
Now your own.
私このナンバープラス足の、something with 足は、この足は2本ある、一応人間はね、
Yeah.
だからこれ2つだ、2つでペアの足だって覚えてるんですけど、
I don't think it's hard
それは結構に
for English speakers because we already use the word pair.
まあそうですよ
So
ね。
6 pairs of socks means
そうだよね。
12 socks. So
もっと
since we already have that, ashi soku being two items but a single pair is actually not as confusing as you might think
あ、そう
because we already do the same thing.
あ、OK。じゃあ大丈夫。なんかたまにさ、靴がさ、シューとシューズが、日本人は
Japanese people struggle with
そう
that.
そう、たまにね。
Kutsu.
本当はワンソックとソ
Oh
ッ
yeah,
クスで
interesting.
し
That'd be
ょ。
interesting. So isoku is let's let people guess. Isoku is a pair of socks. What do you think one sock is? So I think I know the answer, but let's see if anyone can guess what the counter is for one sock. Don't look it up. See if you can guess.
私わかんない。
俺わかると思う。Yuki says she doesn't know. I think I know.
私わかんない。
I think I know.
マジ
I think I know what it is. Yes, Kellen, I think it's that. I think it's 一枚。
そっか。
一枚。靴下一枚。
本当だ。
And that's because when you have a sock and you lay it down, it's flat. So it's like a flat piece of paper. So it's
本当だ、
ichimai.
すごい。
But a pair is soku, nisoku.
そっかそっか。
Now a single shoe, I would probably just use hitotsu.
そうだ。
I
そ
would
うだ
just use
ね。
靴hitotsu.
そうだ。靴が一つしかないんだよね。
Hitotsu for one shoe.
確かに。
And then for a pair, isoku. That's probably what I would say. You could probably get away with ikko. Ikko. It'd be a little weird because it's not very small. But hitotsu is what you would go with. 両方とも英語と日本語の説明が好きです。ごめんね、アメリカ人です。僕の日本語がちょっと下手です。Yeah, you're very, very good. とても上手。
ね、クリスチャン、私も反則だと思ったよ。
反則
私も思った。
You could probably get away with that.
ハーフオブソック
But I'm pretty sure it's mine. 一本 I could see because it's when they're on your foot, it's round. But I think we think about them as if they're not on the foot. So it would be ichimai. I'm almost positive. We also refer to pants and shorts as a pair, even though they are a single item. Yeah, Japanese does not do that.
なるほど。
But there is a pair of legs on the pants, right?
そう。
Ichimai, that is correct, Norm.
そう、ソックスの場合はね、これ足あるじゃないですか。このさ、このどこの高さからスーパーニーハイでも、フラットだと思う。
Yeah, they're all thought of as flat because when you put them down on the ground, they come out flat.
もうここもここもここも前。
No matter where they start from, they're all my.
そうだね。
All right, now let's see if I can rate this one with a brush pen.
はい。
Should be fun.
そっか、私分かんなかった。私も反則だと思ったよ。本当に。あれ何かなって思った、本当。 払い、払いです。そこも払い。いい。
Not
結
so
構
bad.
いい。
I just wasn't sure if this was harai or not. So that's harai. And this is also
払い。
harai. The good thing I already learned is I've always written, when I've written this like fast, I always write this over here. And that's why it always looks weird. And it always looks unbalanced. So the first thing I learned right away from watching Yuki's is that the mouth goes in the middle. Just like it goes in the middle of your face, as Five Toed Sloth Bear was saying. And then this is also basically right in the middle, eh?
はい、その通りです。
Instead of off to the right.
はい。
And then this is harai.
はい。
And this is also
払い。
harai.
素晴らしい。
That was good. That's
も
a
う
good
素晴らしいです。
Okay.
いい。
Whew.
とっても上手。
So let's go ahead and see what Yuki's got for us.
ちょっと私自信がなくなってきました。
She's lost her confidence on this one. No. Interesting. Okay.
はい。
Okay, I see something different from what I was doing for sure. So if we take a look at
わかりました
this one being mine and this one being hers is that I put my box sort of taking up the full top, and which forces my first one stroke to be in the middle of the bottom. But Yuki's one stroke here is on the line, which means that her mouth is up top a bit. I see.
私はその足長い方がいいんですよ。
She likes legs that are longer.
そうそう。ダディロングレッグスの方が好きなの。
Daddy long legs is
So,
more is preferable. Okay, so that means that she's drawing her box like this. Which means it's also going to be a little bit smaller.
はい。
And then we've got the straight line down. The one here on the line. And then this road part
いい。
takes up all of this.
はい。
Okay.
もうちょっとだけ右の払いが長かった方が良かったかな。
this should have been a little
でも
longer.
いい、
Okay,
とっ
but
て
in
も
general.
いい感じです。
Sweet.
そ
Thank you. Okay.
う。そうなぜかね、そのダディロングレッグズ派なんですね。あ、ようこそToKini Senpuki
Welcome to the
へ
ToKini Senpuki Photo Lens Media. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. All right, so
あ、
let's go
で
ahead and
目
take a look at.
的も目的やってないよ。
We didn't get there yet. We didn't get here yet either. We're gonna brush over these. But first, we're gonna look at people's isoku toka.
はい。
We haven't done those yet. So this is Montana Margot's isoku. So the very first thing I'm gonna say on this one, is that when I first looked at this, I thought you had added an extra line to the kanji for foot. Look at, did you see that taking pictures? Oh, look at that. It's scanning the room. iPhones are scary. It's scanning to see if my face is on the screen. Anyway, that's a little creepy. Anyway, yeah. So that's really distracting, actually. So creepy. Anyway, so you want to be careful with that when you're writing vertically. You want to give the one more space. You want to pretend it's up in its own little box, even when you don't have the box. So you're going to want to move down quite a bit. You don't want to start that box until like you're way down here. Otherwise, it looks like it's part of the same kanji, eh?
そうなんです。
I didn't harai that. But so you want that line way further down. That is the main point of advice for this word from me. So let's see what Yuki has to say.
そう同じです。私もそう思います。多分さっきのそのストロークの感じよりもちょっと多分ブラシペンが慣れたのかなこれさっきよりなんか
Your lines are
そ
straighter
う
and
そ
stuff,
う
yeah.
結構スムーズに見えるさっきの
It looks like as you've gone through on all of these, your lines are getting straighter. So maybe just for the first one, you weren't quite into it yet. Like for me, it looks like all of the lines on the other ones are getting straighter. So that's one thing. Maybe you want your mouth to be a little bit more square instead of rectangle, I guess. I think your migi harai here is very good.
そう
This is
払いは
very
結構いい
good. Your harais are good.
そうこのストロークがスムーズに書けるようになったらあとはエントリーとエンディングをつけてみるっていうのが次のステップかなって思います。
You have to get those smooth and you want to just worry about things like your entries. 日本語でいいよ、そういうエントリーとか払い。
入りと止めをつけた方がいいかなって思います。
But overall, very good. All right, let's see what we've got in the Discord. We've got a couple coming in. Oops. I switched to a different one.
はい。
Okay. Did we look at... Oh, we didn't look at...
もう見たよ。
We didn't look at this one, though. But yes, these being connected is definitely
そう。
looking
本当
better.
だ
I didn't
新
notice
し
that
いやつ
before.
があった。本当だ。いいですね。
I believe we looked at this one. Okay, so we got Morbid Blessings, Isoku.
はい。1いい。めっ
Your
ちゃいい
number one is very good, yeah.
めっちゃ1がいいです。1は結構気持ちアップしてるんですけど、この足の口も気持ちアップした方が
So you can make this kimochi up a little bit.
そうそうそう口のところも気持ちアップしてねちょっと斜めに来た方が
So
よ
a
か
little
った、
bit
ね、
kimochi up. You can notice that what I was doing wrong on my not wrong necessarily, but what I was doing on mine here and Yuki wasn't, so that I just learned right now is that I was filling up the whole box with my mouth like you've done. But then Yuki was moving her box. Hers was up above and then the first line
こっちが
here.
私のねこっちはアンテ
Oh,
ィ
this
が
is
書い
mine,
て
yeah. Her mouth is up above, and then the first one line here is on the line. So moving that up a little bit might help with the balance.
そうだけどあとストローク、入りと止めも結構
Yeah,
上
your
手にで
entries
き
and
て
exits
る
are
か
very,
ら
very good. This exit's excellent. Stopping here is very,
いい
very
な
good. You've got your entry here, entry and your swipe out is here, very good. Entry here, very good. You can maybe make this a little bit bigger,
そうだね
but
でも
in general, very
全
good.
体的に上手だから、もうほんと細かいところだよね、
Just detailed spots, but
そう
overall,
もう
excellent. Okay. Christian?
はいクリスチャンクリスチャンの1も結構上手に書
Number one is
け
also
て
very
いますはいクリスチャンの足の口、これもモアビットブレッシングと同じで気持ちアップして書いた方がよりかっこよく見えると思い
Making
ま
it a
す
little bit more angled up will make it look a little bit better. And then this one being up here, so like generally moving these two parts up will help as well.
そう、これじゃなくていいかここをアップすると、ここもアップした方がいいね
Oh yeah. So you want your one to go up as well.
この1ぐらいアップこの気持ち
You
気持
want
ちアップ
all of your horizontal strokes to be just about as kimochi up, as we call it,
そう
as your first one. Can I do things in this again? If I save it. Let me see if I can do something. Definitely still working on the hidari harai. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Morbid Blessing.
ね
Appreciate
え
that.
ありがとうございます
Continue. Okay, let's see if this I can do something here.
な
I
る
bet you
ほ
I
ど
can
なる
edit
ほ
them.
どこの
Maybe I'll do this from now on. We're going to this one.
ふむふむそれ
And
だ
then we switch to this.
はいはいはい
Okay. Can I like hide this? I don't know. Okay.
できた
So basically, we want this one to be a little. For some reason, it changed to the eraser. Okay, we want this.
白になってない
Onto that. So you want this one to be just as kimochi up as this one, and then this one to start up here and be just as kimochi
そ
up
う
as
だ
that one.
ね。うん。
And that would be good.
そう他のこの払いとかこっちも払いうまくできてるので
This is very good.
そう
This is
そう
very good.
そこをちょっと試してみたら
Mhm.
結構良
If
く
you
なる
try
と思
that,
う。
it'll look much, much better. And since everything will be moving up a bit, you can make this, you'll be able to make this bigger. You'll have more space to sort of make that bigger. This stroke here is excellent. This one right here, very, very good.
いい感じです。
教えてくれてありがとうございます。Thank you
もう
so
こ
much,
ちら
Vital
こそ
Self
あり
Bear.
がとうご
Appreciate
ざい
that.
ます
Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
Popping over to the Discord. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate that.
ありがとう
Vital
ござ
Self
い
Bear.
ます
A little bit of trouble with my brush behaving. Only practice the ashi because I think I can write each. Yeah, you're probably fine
な
on
る
that.
ほどね。
Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the Photos app because then I can do stuff.
おー
Okay, so we're going to
で
we're going to play
上
with this one as well. Okay,
ふむふむふむ。
zoom out a little bit. Okay,
はい。全体的にバランスが良いと思います。
your balance is very good.
ちょっとだけ気になるところは、インクが多いかも。
You may have a bit too much ink. That's the
So-
only thing that she's
そうそう。
that stands out. I think this is really, really looking
そうだ
nice.
ね。
This is looking good.
インクが多いと、こういう払いとかがうまくできない、こういう止めとか、入りがうまくできなくなっちゃうんですよ。このムニムニムニってにじんでんじゃん、ここがね。
So this
こう
kind
そ
of
うそうそう
stuff
それがね、そう。
This is
こういうところとか
usually
ね
this kind of stuff is usually because there's too much ink on the
そう
brush.
だからちょっともうちょっとインクは
So
切
if
って
you
もい
just
い。
take a インクを切るっていうのはどっかでちょっとブラッシュしとく。
そうそうそうそう。
So
多
when
分
you
四角
you
いボ
probably
ック
have
スある
a
と思うね。すずりってい
yeah.
う。
So she's saying you probably have like a square box that you put the ink in, and then you're supposed to like wipe your brush off at the bottom of the brush. So she said you may want to do that a little bit more before you start the writing, but the balance of the kanji itself looks excellent.
そうそれがインクのにじみっていうんですけど、このムニムニムニってなっちゃうやつは、それが少なくなれば非常にストロークがもっとクリアに見え、はっきり見えて
Right.
良いんじゃないかなと思いま
So
す。
she's saying that if you're able to get rid of stuff like this, which indicates that there's too much ink, if you put less ink, your actual strokes will become more obvious, which will make it look better. So you'll actually be able to see like the brush strokes instead of it looking like a pen almost. It almost looks like a pen when there's so much ink, just zoomed in really far. But you want it to look more like a brush. So having less ink will take away these nijimi, these bleed-ins, which will sort of make the bristle strokes stand out a little bit more. So that's the main thing. The kanji itself looks great. You just want a little less ink. Okay. Yeah, there's actually not much for us to talk about on that one because the
そう
strokes themselves are very, very good.
そのインクのね量でね、も結構ポイントっていうか、そのレギュラーペンの時はね結構難しいんだよね。そこもねテクニックの一つなんですよね。そこも。
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to learn all that. But, okay, the next two words we're not actually going to spend any time on because the first one is just I, which we've actually already covered in the word me. And that's... Oh, we haven't actually covered it, have we?
マジ？
It's actually this lesson that it comes up in. But we've already spent so much time on it for mokteki that...
私の紙をください全部。
This is all yours?
は
Okay.
い。ありがとうございます。
So...
本当だまだ。
It's just the top of miru. So you've already practiced it and there's not anything special for it. So we're not going to spend much time on me because we've done it so much here. It's exactly like the balancing doesn't even really change. I don't believe. And then ashi is just ashi. Ashi. どっちだっけ?
足。
Ashi is just foot or leg. So we've already covered that in issoku. Really, we should be going in different order. But the story it didn't work that way. The story, we needed other words first. So it is what it is. That's what you get. So we've already covered how to write the kanji. Foot. properly. That's not so good. But anyway.
いいですよ。
And we've already covered I. So, 目的 is a goal, a specific goal, like an aim that you're going for. My goal is to learn this kanji or something like that. I have that one goal, 目的. And then ashi is just legs or feet. We've already got that. But yes, this is the eye of Sauron. So we've covered that. If you'd like to go ahead and draw some of yours, that's fine. But we have already covered those. So we're going to go ahead and move on to actually our last word, because this one's just me, which is I. And then we've got mimi. So maybe we'll do me and mimi together, because they look similar to the untrained eye. So we've got ne,
はい。
me. We'll have Yuki critique my me.
There is nothing that I can
Okay,
critique
there's nothing for her to
ですね。
critique on that, so that's cool. All right, now this one, this looks a lot like I, but the strokes are very, very different. Let's hope I get them correct. I haven't written this kanji in many moons. Okay, we're going to start with a 1 on top. Okay? Then we're going to do a line down, I believe. That's a bit too fat. Now is where it starts to look like an I. 2 lines across. Another line down. Oh, my stroke order is wrong. Is it here? Ah, so then there's Yuki's breath saved me. That one's going to go way up.
Oh, my breath が。
And then this final line down is, I believe, going to be like that.
はい。
Whew, thank you for Yuki's deep breathing. Right. So,
ちょっと I let him die だったね。
she almost let me die. She didn't let me die. She corrected me. So, they look very similar to the untrained eye, but the stroke order is very different, which gives us a very different looking, if you look closely, a very different looking kanji. This is a good the word me and the word mimi, which is ear, me is eye, gives us a really good example of what wrong stroke order can lead to. Completely different kanji. Let's see Yuki's.
あ、もうスキットは見ないってこと？
大丈夫. We'll watch the skit one more time at the end.
OK。じゃあこのまず目的じゃなくてこの次のやつね。
そうそうそう。
はい。まずさ、そのホワイトボードに書かなくていい？
大丈夫。
この練習はなし。
もうここまで来た。
はい。
もう目はあんまり見るに近すぎて、
ちょっとズームしていただいて。そうなんだね。
いいのだよ。
耳と目が似てるってことね。
そうです。いや違う。見ると目が大体同じ部分があるから、別に目的と目をなんかめっちゃ集中してチェックするよりも、耳の方がフォーカスで、目と耳を練習するのはその違いがはっきり分かるためだと思って。
はい。
Ooh, she made that nice and short.
私はここを払っていいわ。
Ooh, she sweeps that one out. Okay, I stopped. Oh, I see.
ちょっと too thin だったかな。
I feel like Midu Midu is another great one to remember alongside those. Yeah, we've already got Midu. We got Midu right there. That was our first one today.
アンジ上手だね。
ありがとう。どっち目？
両方。私の方がなんかバランスが良くない
そう
気がする。うん。ここの。
Except that this is wrong. でしょ？
あ、それはここが、
払いね。
払った方がいいと思う。ここ止め、アンディはここ止めてるけど。
I stopped, which is wrong. So this is wrong.
そう。
But instead it needs to be haraid. Okay,
こ
okay,
の
okay.
ここは止めてもいいし払ってもいい場所なんですよ。
So the final
なんか
stroke
ね、
in Mimi can be stop or harai. Either one is okay.
そう
But this cross one, the cross one is a harai. Okay. あ、ごめん。引っかかってた。Okay.
どうしても私目が上手に描けないね。
目そうなの？
こ目さっきの見るもそうだったけど、目がこのさ目のこっちがうまく描けない。この縦棒がどうしてもうまく描けないんですね。
そう？Yuki's well, you can't actually see her practicing, but she feels bad about her meh.
そう。
I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think that looks fine.
このさ、
But,
ちょっと私も練習します。ちょっと練習した方がいいね。
no matter how good you get at something, you can always get better. And people who are very good at things tend to be very critical of themselves. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to try this one more time because to give you guys some time to practice as well, but with the correct strokes this time. And since I actually know the correct strokes now. Okay, so this one is just a normal one. And then we've got our up and down stroke here. Oh, that's pretty fat, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it. A nice little pretty tiny one. Another pretty tiny one. And then this is hot-eyed.
はい、いいですね。
And then we're going to go, it's bleeding. My brush is bleeding. And then this can be either harai or tome, but I'm going to go with a harai. I got a little squiggly there, but
いいと思います。
not so bad.
結構ね、バランス取るのが難しいんだよね、書くとき。
This one?
だけど、そう、アンディは結構上手に書けてるね。
I think I've always liked the kanji mimi. And despite my confusion on the stroke order a little bit ago, I think back in the day when I was studying kanji, I actually wrote mimi a lot just because I liked it. I thought it was cool looking, and I liked how it was similar to me, but not quite the same. So maybe I still have that. It's a little squiggly again, but that's not exactly the same though, is it? I mean it like in the blink of an eye, but never mind, didn't mean to interfere. Oh, I see. You mean the word, the vocabulary word, midu midu. Ah, I see. Yeah. For sure. If you're learning vocabulary that have these kanji as part of them, for sure. But we're just really just learning here. We're just taking one word for each possible quote reading of a kanji and learning that one word. So like we've got miru, kengaku. So that you can learn some words instead of learning readings individually, so that you can have an idea of how the kanji might be read when you see it in other words. Moku, teki, etc., etc. Miru doesn't use a different kanji, right? Miru is just this one twice, right?
そう、見る。
Miru うちに変わってきた or something.
そうか、それアドバーブの見るか。
But it's still the same kanji, so it wouldn't necessarily be. 違う？
なんか
Miruうちに usually doesn't use kanji. It's usually just hiragana. Miru.
でもそうだと思う。
But I'm pretty sure if you were to write it in kanji, it would just be miru. It would just be this twice. If we were learning a vocabulary, if this was just a vocabulary course, we may add things like that. But the important thing for miru is that it's almost always written in hiragana if you're to see it in a book.
はい。
But it is the word miru twice. So I think where it comes from is it's miru. So it's like
そっか。
where you look twice or in the blink of an eye is how we translate in English because that's the closest English we have. But if you think look. So like in that space between when you look, it disappeared or something changed. It's twice look. So it's not literally in the blink of an eye because there's a different word for blink. Mabataki.
でもそうだ
So that's
よ
one thing to keep in
ね。
mind.
見
So
る
it's
見る。
literally just the word miru twice. Look twice.
In the blink of eye.
In the blink of an eye. Ne? Hi. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Montana Margot's. Which one will we go with? We'll go with Mimi and Me.
目的からやった方がいいですか？
いや、目と見るだけでいいんじゃないですか。それとも
見るじゃなくて
敵の話した
耳
い？
ってこと
あ
見るじゃなくて
目と耳
目と耳ね。
でいいですか？
はい。
はい。はい、we'll go with this one.
はい。目が先耳が先、目が先。
どっちでもいいです。
はい
じゃあ耳からいくか。
すいません。
本当にどっちでもいいっすよ、そういう
すい
の。
ません。
一緒にやってるから。
はい。
はい。
こっちもストロークがとってもスムーズになってきたね、このブラシペンの方が。
うん。
で、マーゴも結構バランスが良いので、上手に描けてるからあんまりそのストローク的に直すところはないんですけど、超ピッキーで言うならその入りと止めかな。このさこの払いの部分はできてる風だよね。
Yeah. I'd say
こ
so.
の
So your harais here look like you've gotten those correctly. You want to be careful here because this is not harai on this one. So you want to stop there.
そうね。
But your balance is very, very good. The kanji itself looks very good. Nobody would ever have trouble reading this. So what happens is because the balance is very good and it's looking good is the thing to make it look a little bit better is to make sure you get the entries. So when you put your brush down, you put the brush down a little bit further than you're pushing it down when you actually do the stroke, right? That's how you get that entry. And then you push down a little bit at the end too to get the sort of exit. Which is what you want on the first one on top, because this looks like you haraied. It looks like you went like this.
見えてないですよ。
It looks like you went like this. But what you want is you want to stop, like actually pause for a moment, and then brush over, and then stop and actually pause for a moment, and then pick it up. And then put it down, pause, and then write down. And when you pause like that, when you put the brush down and pause, it leaves a little ink there. And that's how you get your entry and exit. So that's the main thing,
はい。
we think.
そこかな。あと目もバランスがとっても良い、上手に描けてるんですけど、耳と同じようにその入りと止めがある方がよりかっこよく見えるかな。
Yeah, same thing as you want to sort of, you put your brush down, you get that entry, and then come down.
耳の方がその上手に描けてたんですけど、この目の方はもうちょっと気持ちアップしてもいいかもね。その右上がりでストロークを描いた方が。
It looks like you had sort of the kimochi up in mind when you wrote this one. I mean, especially this one because it's very much kimochi up, which it's supposed to be on this one just because of the way the kanji works. But even here, you sort of had the kimochi up going, okay. And then for this one, it's kind of flat. She's saying, like it looks kind of flat like that. But what you want is you want to go up a little bit, and then you want a 90-degree turn down to the right. It's kind of hard with a brush to go like to get the turn. You as a English writer, you kind of want to curve like that, but with a brush with kanji, you want to stop and then intentionally change direction so it comes 90 degrees from what she's taught us.
そうですね。そこぐらいだね。そう漢字自体はすごく上手に書けて
Yeah, the kanji is very good, and the balance is very good. You've got basically equal space in between each of the lines, which is very good. The balance is very good. Size is very good. So just that turn of space and the entry and exits, and it will look great.
はい。
All right. Let's see what else we've got. We've
まだみんな書いてるんじゃない？
got one from Morbid Blessings. So we'll take a look at that one. And I'll get my pen here. Okay. Let's see what we've got. It's looking good.
モービッドブレッシングだよねこれ。
Yes.
めっちゃ上手。このストロークの感じすごい良くなりました。もう超ピキなんだけど、ここの最後の縦の払いはもうちょっと長くてもよかったかな。もうそれ以外は教科書ぐらい上手。
You can make that a little bit longer. What do you think about this? Do you think that it would be better to have this also longer?
いや、そこはね、好みでどっちでもいいです。
Okay.
そう。
So
ただ
it
スト
doesn't
ロー
matter.
ク
That's
が
up to you.
そう離れてるっていうか、書くときにちゃんと一つずつストロークを書いていれば、大きい問題ではないですね。
Okay. So the top one isn't a big deal. That's up to you. Making this one a little bit longer is the main picky thing that she could go for.
そう。
But overall, like in general, when she looked immediately, she was like, yeah, it's very, very good.
そう。なんか日本人でもこの耳を描くときなんですけど、ここは結構長細いっていうかスリムに描く人は結構いる。ここがで、ここも突き出さない人もいる。
Okay.
こことこ
So she
こは
says
ね
there's some people that don't
そう
go out on here, and there's some people that don't go out on, on both.
だけど still good looking っていうか
It's still fine looking, yeah. Now, see, now I have a question on this. So I would be concerned with this one that it would start to look too much like I don't remember exactly how to write this kanji. I think it's like this. How do you write that? There's a stroke that goes up like that, and then how do you write that kanji? I don't remember.
自分自身の身っていう字ですよね。みっていう字ですよね。
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it like that? Order-wise, it goes like that. So there's a stroke that comes up like that. If this doesn't come out here, is there a worry that people will be confused? No?
全然コンフューズしないと思い
Okay.
ます。
じゃあ no problem.
はい。
はい。
みっていう字はここにまず最初に1がついている、ちょんがついている。これすごく大事っていうか、この最初ののがついてるから、その同じに見えない全く。これが来て、このやばい、これこっちからだよね。こんなに。
そうなの？right, for this one ね。
そう。すごい書き方忘れちゃうね。そう。
合ってるね。
合ってる。
Okay. I was just, without it popping out on the side, I started to think of that like that stroke and that kanji, and I think they're technically different strokes. So I was not sure. But okay. So overall, excellent. Just maybe extend that a little bit more on the downstroke. And the reason for that, I imagine, is that if you don't extend this a little bit more, it does start to look a little bit too close to me. Especially if these aren't longer. Like if you do go with the short version, which is perfectly fine, and this is not popping through, it's not so obvious that it's which kanji it is. It is. I mean, it is obvious, but it can risks being confused. So
まあ日本人はコンフューズしません。
そうだね。
だから大丈夫かな。
そういうことじゃなくて、なぜこれを伸ばせばもっとよく思われるかの理由はもっとはっきり耳だってわかるっていうことを言ってるんだけど、違う？ただバランスのため？これを伸ばすのが。
なんかここのそう、ただバランスのため。ここがちょっとだけ短くても、こっちが結構突き出てるから、こことかこことかで、ここも突き出てる風だから、その見てすぐ耳だってわかるんですけど、ここがこんだけ突き出てるから、その下がね。
So no, you don't need to worry about what I said there. She said this is popping out enough, so it's not that it will look like meh if this isn't longer. It's just a matter of balancing it better off. So that's all. So you don't have to worry about that.
そう、大丈夫だと思います。
So it was very, very good. Okay, we got a couple more to look at.
いいね、クリスチャン、いいですよ。いい感じ、とっても。はい。まず、この、ストロークの全部の、その、線の、この入りと止め、払い、とってもいい感じです。
So your entries, your exits, your what do you call them? What do I call them? The sweeps. They're all excellent jobs. Very, very good.
バランスもいいと思う。
Balance is also very good.
ピッキで言うなら、もうちょっとここは
Wider.
ワイダーでもよかったかな。
If she was being super picky, then she could maybe suggest to make these lines a little bit wider.
そうするとここ
And
も
thank you so much, more blessing. I appreciate
ワ
that.
イドになるので、ここがまっすぐなるかな。でもそのぐらい結構上手だと思います。
Other than that, yeah, absolutely excellent.
そう。
You got the kimochi up there as well. This is looking good. And you sweep out good. And also, of course, it looks like there's not enough ink here, but that's because it's digital. It's not necessarily taking into account how hard you're pressing.
そう
So
ここはアンディがここまでしか書かなかったけど、ここは一つのストロークなので、ここはバラバラに書かないでほしい。いい。
はい。I wasn't writing the strokes. I was just saying to make this area wider. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's good. Thank you very much, more blessing. I appreciate that. I think I said.
そう。みんなね、上手なんだよ、本当に。
Having a little trouble with the brush not coming back together when I lift up for the harai, but no, it belongs there. So if your brush doesn't come back together after you've lifted from a harai, you may just want to sweep it on your box thing.
そう。
So after the harai, you can do it on your box thing and then come back and do the next stroke if you're finding there's trouble with that. Let's go ahead and take a look.
はい。いや、とってもこの入り、ここ入り、さっきよりインクがとっても良くなったね、このインクの量が。入りとかも良い、とっても良い。この入りが良すぎて、ここもちょっと欲しかったかな。この曲がるときにもう一回ここで行ってから止まって、ここで入り直してから角度を変えたら。So
these entries are all really, really, really good. And because they're so good, she also wants one here. So basically you go here and you stop, and then without removing the brush, you sort of change your direction and then push back down and come down, which will give you another entry there.
でも目のバランスとってもいいと思います。
But in general, your eye is excellent.
いいですね。で、耳もとっても上手に描けている。
Mimi is also really, really good.
そのちょっと言ってたここのところムニムニってなっちゃってるんですけど、それは書いてる途中でね、このレギュラーペンの時書いてる途中でちょっとインクが足りなくなってきたとか、ちょっとこれがうまくそのスイープがうまくティップが通らないみたいな時には、ここまで書いてもゆっくり書いていくっていうテクニックがあるんですよ。
If you feel like you're starting to run out of ink here, you slow down and do this part. Like if you notice in the middle of the stroke you're running out of ink, you can slow down on the exit here to get your to make it look like you have enough ink.
そうそういう時はレギュラーペンの時はね、結構ね時間をかけていいんですね。これをここまで来て、ここでちょっとかすれてきちゃったで、すんごいゆっくり書いてちょっとずつ離してこのティップを作るみたいなのもちょっと一つのテクニックとしてあるので、そういうのねやってみないとね多分できないんだけど。
When you give it a shot, you'll start to figure it out. But basically, you come back to here and you realize, oh no, there's not enough. And then you go really, really slow as you slowly erase your brush off of the paper, and you'll get that.
で、ティップをまたやり直して、
Then fix your tip and come back for this stroke.
がいいかな。でもバランスはとてもいいので。
But yeah, your balance is fine and the kanji looks great. When you stop the brush at the top of the second stroke going down, won't it look like you stopped instead of continuing the stroke? Yes, and that's because you're supposed to stop. What you're not supposed to do is pick the brush up. But what you are supposed to do is stop. So, especially with a brush, and that's because brushes don't look good when you go like this. It doesn't look, it doesn't fit the style. So what you're not supposed to do is lift up your brush, change directions, and go down. But what you are supposed to do is stop, change the direction of the brush in your fingers, or like even move your hand a bit like this, and then come down. So it will indeed look like you stopped, but that's because that's what you want it to look like.
ここでもう一回押し直すっていうのも
Yeah, so she,
そうそう
this is another way she just showed you. I don't know if you saw it, but just pushing down again and then going down. Like you don't even have to change direction. You just go like this, push down one more time, and then go
こうい
down.
う風に変えたりそう、このね折り返しのねなんか肩みたいこの肩パッドみたいなのをね、作りたいんですよなん
So
か
she wants to make something like a shoulder pad almost. You go up, push down one more time, and then come down. That actually works better than what I was doing. I see what you're doing there now. I actually wasn't sure what you were doing. I thought you were lifting the brush a little bit, changing direction, going down. But if she just goes like this and then pushes down and then goes like that, you get what she was going for. So over, push down again, pull. And you get that stroke that she's looking for. So yes, it absolutely does look like you stop. But that's because that's what we're going for. With a fude like I'm using, there's a lot that goes on with fixed flexed bristles, and there's a lot of controlling not just the line, but the brush shape and flex. Yeah, there's a lot of that. That's a whole different picture. But I believe Grammy is using these kind of pens with an actual brush, and maybe one that's like a marker like this. And the principle is the same. Even with the marker, you push down and then change your direction. And you still get that look.
そうこの口とかはそうだよねこうやってきたらここでね入れ直してからこの肩パッドを作るって感じですよね
I wonder where I keep getting all of this from. It just keeps getting worse and worse. But I don't
舌を
think.
持ちすぎなんじゃない
Am I all the way down here? I thought I was holding here.
こう
I'm holding here.
私はこのゴールドレイボーパートを持って
You're up
い
here.
ます
Okay, maybe I'm down here too much.
この辺
So I have to be here.
相当上だよほら
Oh, she's even up further than I thought.
こう
She's holding up
Yeah.
here. I'm holding like down here. Okay, so she's
ここね
here.
インクがついちゃうからここのところ、そう気をつけ
that changes the entire feel. Oh my god, it's like learning to write again with these things. Okay. There's lots to learn.
このブラシペンってペンなんだけど一応ブラシなんで、ここを持つここはね一応持たないんですよここは持たなくて
You don't hold it there.
そうできるだけ、ね、
You hold up there.
そうこの辺、この辺だねでちょっとね立てて書くのよ
Like a greased car. So she's saying that she holds it way up here
こんな感じで
and then holds it straight up and down like this. And then push and pull.
あそうですね、
Okay.
でこのさ手が
Down. Push. Pull. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up.
はい
Down. Sweep. Down.
上手
Down. I went down too far. Down. Sweep.
いい上手ねこの筆ペンとか筆ペンの時はここしかこの辺しかここのところしか紙にねついてないんだよねここ
So that's the only point she has down on the paper. She only puts this part of her palm down on the paper like that.
ペンの時ってこの近く持つからもっとさこの全体がさこの辺つかないとさ書けないじゃないですか、
Like with an actual pen, yeah.
そうだけどブラシペンの時は ここだけこうちょっとね高いんですよここが、こう、で5トードスロスベアが使っているレギュラーペンっていうのは全く手が紙につかない。
he was just saying he doesn't put his hand on the board at all, on the table at all, and that is correct.
すんごく難しい。
One thing, it sounded like he just said he's only an inch from the bristles, but she's about 4 to 5 inches from the bristles, I think, when she's holding the brush. She's holding like way up here when she does hers.
レギュラーペンの時ね。
With the calligraphy brush you're using 5 to 12 there. So as opposed to an inch from the bristles, think 4 inches from the bristles, 3 to 4 inches. But you're correct that your hand shouldn't be on the table. Of course, you may be learning a different style from your teacher, and she may be giving you different instructions on where to hold the brush, in which case, follow that, obviously. But anyway. ちょっと遅くなりました。めっちゃありがとうございます。今度またね。See you later, Christian. Thank you for hanging out.
ありがとうございます。
Well, the bristles on the brush are almost 2 inches long. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I've never been good with ink as well. Have a habit of supporting part of my hand by laying it down on the paper while writing. Not the best idea when using ink. Yes, it can be definitely difficult. The nice thing about Japanese is you go top to bottom and then right to left. So technically, even if you rest this part of your hand on the paper, it shouldn't be too much of an issue if you have enough space between the areas. But all right, so we covered all the kanji for today, which means it's time for the quiz covering the words that we learned today. And it looks like we have some non-kanji pictures maybe in here to give us some tricky ones, maybe. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to give Yuki a few of these. I'm going to take a few of these.
はい。
And you're going to give us, again, the reading of these words, not how to read the kanji individually. So there's the first one. Then it's time to make the entire kitchen sink black. That is correct. Morbid Blessing is in first place with Montana Margot in second. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in third. Excellent job. Okay. I'm not sure how many people are left here from the beginning of the stream. So for those of you who don't remember, you write the hiragana or katakana or romaji version of the word that is on the card. Forrest, that is in fourth place, and that is correct. I have a feeling, based on who has been in chat for the last hour or so, that there's only going to be 4 people on the quiz. If you want to participate, please feel free to. But after 4 people go, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Yuki's.
はい。じゃーん。今日一生懸命やりましたこのフィールドトリップ。
Field trip. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Look and learn です。
Look and learn. Yep. Oh, my nose is so stuffed. はい。
はい。お、素晴らしい。モンタナマーゴ1番、モービットブレッシング2番、ゴシ3番、フォレスト4番で
す。Excellent job. Nice.
ありがとうございます。
Woohoo. Oh, my nose is so stuffy. I can't breathe. Oh, we got one more.
お、BS ブラッドさん。はい。
DS ね。
DS ブラッドさん失礼しました。5番です。
はいはい。Okay, our next word is...
私、見るのカリグラフィーの練習した方がいいね、これは。
そう、
非常に。
So yeah, but you just gave away the answer. But that's okay. We've got Morbid Blessing in first place with Danbu in second, Forrest in third, DS Brad in fourth, Montana Margo in fifth, and Five-Toed Sloth Bear in sixth place. Excellent job. Okay, taking that one off.
私、答えを言ってしまいました。
Technically, we got Yuki in first place there.
その書くときにこれ、はい、次いきますよ。
はい。
じゃーん。スキット見ませんでしたよね、私たちこれ。
どっち？目的？
これ、
We watched the whole thing though, at the beginning.
At the beginning ね。だけど、いつもさ、ね、one by one.
I know, but they're the same kanji. So from about 3 weeks ago when it started getting late, 3 times ago when it started getting late, we skipped the ones that we'd already covered. だってもう見たでしょみんな。
まあそうだね。耳は見てないけど、耳はファース
We watched the whole thing.
ト。あ、そうですか。はい。では行きたいと思います。ダンブーさん1番、モアビットブレッシング2番、DS ブラート3番、モンタナマーゴ4番、ゴシ6番、フォレスト7番です。いい感じだみんな。
6番だね。
え、
フォレストは
本当
6番。
1、2、3、4、5、6。本当だ。失礼しました。
はい
フォレストさん、6番です。
はい、next is.
うんうん。ねえ、ちょっと危なかった今。チャートが
You can see it. Hi, first place is DS Brad with Dumbu in second, Five Toes Love Bear in third, Montana Margo in fourth, and Morbid Blessing in fifth. Leantis, welcome to the quiz in sixth place with Forest in seventh, and Photo Lens Media in eighth place. Excellent
いい
job.
ですね。
English Kanji for Five Toes Love Bear. Excellent job.
はい、
ゴシね
私、ボーナスからいきたいと思います。これは2つ答えが出てくると思います。
There are two possible answers to this
は
one.
い、いくよ。じゃじゃん。
I think there's only one.
本当
Could there be more than one possible answer to this one? Ah, yeah, I guess there could be two possible answers for this one.
はい。両方、ボースターコレクトにしたいと思
She's
い
gonna
ま
make
す。
both of the possible answers correct.
はい。モアビットブレッシング1番、DS ブラッド2番、リンテスかな。
Leantis.
リアンテス3番、ゴシ4番、ダンブ。お
That's not one of them.
はい、モンタナマーゴ5番、フォトレンズミディア6番、ゴシ。私と同じやつじゃん。フォレスト7番です。
はい。
あ、かわいい。
まつげ。Yeah, that works too. まつげね。
それね、ちょっと今日やってないやつだからこれ。
The other possible answer for this one would have been miru.
はい。
Miru.
うん。
Miru.
ねえ、まつげね、結構私まつげって好きな言葉。
ちょっと困った。We have to trade. はい。Next one is じゃじゃん。
この私もロングソックスが好きです。
All right, Dambu-san is in first place with Morbid Blessing in second. And very close. But what you've written is itsoku. Itsoku is what that was, is what that would be written as. Itsoku is how you would read that. But that's not quite what you want there. To type it, you want to have double S. So it's I double S is how you get it.
はい。
DS Brad, you are in third place. Five Toes Sloth Bear, not quite. Oh, but you got there anyway. Fourth place. Montana Margo, very close, but you need the double S there. Double S. Forest, fifth place. Excellent job. There you go. Montana Margo, sixth place. So close.
いいですね。これが。
Yeah. It sucks. Very good. It's a good way to remember it. It sucks.
本当、一足じゃないこれ。
I know, but still.
はい、いいですね。じゃあラストワン。はい、じゃじゃん。あれこれは Eye of Sauron? 来た。なんか来た。同じですね。こちら、はい、行きたいと思います。ダンブ1番、モンタナマーゴ2番、DS ブラート3番、ゴシ4番、フォトレンズミディア5番、モアビットブレッシング6番、リアンタス7番。惜しい。フォトレンズミディアさん、惜しい。フォレスト8番です。
You are all wrong. It is not I. It's just the mouth of this picture.
まあ確かに。
I'm just kidding. You're right. Everyone's right. Excellent job.
そう、バーブは to look の方は見るです。
見る。
はい。
I'll use my little my little on-screen keyboard to type it for you.
あ、
Ready?
これだ。うん。
We gotta switch to kana, mi, ru, and that will get it for you. Enter, but I don't actually have a window open, so we'll do that again. Mi, ru. Oh, it's in English, so we have to switch it again. Mi, ru. And then we can get the kanji. Enter. And there it is. It shows up in chat. I should use this more to explain how to type things. For instance, for isoku, you want I, s, o, ku. And that will get you. I wasn't in there again. I, so,
それ、うん。
ku is how you type that one. Meh. This is very helpful. It's very confusing because it has the hiragana in there, but nobody actually types using the hiragana. You want to look at the English there. That's what we're referencing. But anyway, here's the crazy English one. All right. Good job, guys. I hope you had a good stream today. You learned a little something. And next week, hopefully, not next week. Next week will be lesson 19. And then the following week will be the stream for lesson 19. Hopefully nothing comes up like all of my sicknesses that have been happening each week. Sorry about that. Lesson 20 is already available on ToKiniAndy.com if you're a member there. So check that out if you want to get a head start. And 21 is ready filmed for the most part. So Dan will be working on that soon. Danbu says, 配信ありがとうございます。Glad I could catch it. Have a nice rest of the day, everyone. Thank you very much for hanging out, Danbu. 楽しいです says Diaz Brad. よかったです。
ありがとうございます。
Hope you feel better, Andy. I will. I've already felt a lot better. What's happening right now is not the cold. It's allergies. So, and I already have an idea of what the issue is.
まあ、
So.
cold and allergy now なんですけど。
Combined, yeah, it's combined. So it was a bit overwhelming. But I think I know the causes of the allergies. Hopefully that'll be taken care of next week. いつも本当にありがとう。こちらこそ more blessing. Thank you so much. I always look forward to these streams. I will keep working on my writing until the next one. See you next week for the premiere. Thank you.
いや
We also look forward to these. We were really bummed out we couldn't do last week. ね。
みんなとっても上手で、もうとっても嬉しいです。
Everyone is getting very, very good, and it makes her very, very happy. She
い
said.
やー、もう私も練習します。
She said she's going to practice as well. Photolens Media says, thank you. This is my first time catching this. Hope to join more. Looking forward to it. Thanks for hanging out. またね says Faris. またね Faris さん。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. All right, guys. We'll have a great week, and we'll see you for the premiere next week. All right. せーの。Gotta look over there. また次のビデオで会いましょうね。はい。Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to play the skit one more time. Bye bye.
何を見ている？
街のイベントだよ。明日ミュージアムの見学のイベントがあるよ。一緒に行く？
行きたい。でも靴下がない。
じゃあ一足あげるね。
ありがとう。じゃあ行く。
すごい。あ、すごい。あ、目的のティラノサウルス。
口が大きい。
足が長い。
うん。そして耳が小さいね。
うん。それから目がちょっと怖い。
でも手がすごく短い。ミュージアムは面白いよね。
ねえ。